The Hangout is live. Live, I say. La di da di dee. La di da di do. It's Friday night. And I got rum. And I got a glass of Coke. Thinking I should mix the two together. Is drinking online a bad thing? They get upset at YouTube World. And I'm keeping it very weak if you haven't noticed. Maybe not that weak, but it's still very weak. And a little mix will do you. I need something to mix it with. This toothbrush handle will work. And my maintenance is done. And with that, I'll email right now. And make this smaller. Much smaller. Much smaller. And yes, I've moved my camera for those that haven't shown up yet and will probably ask. The camera is now on my right instead of on my left. I think that should be better in the long run because, one, I rearranged all the computer-y stuff. I actually hooked up hard drives I never used before. Well, I shouldn't say I never used before. I haven't used since I rebuilt my computer. My backup drives and everything, which are also USB hubs. So I plugged the camera and the microphone into those, that, and stacked everything all nice and neatly. Put the camera over there because I'm thinking, I noticed today even the sun glare from the windows where this is shooting against that wall, so there shouldn't be any sun glare. Blah blah blah. But they're gonna get sun glare here now because there ain't no sun out there. Not happening. Yep. So anyway, I need to clean up my desktop on my computer here because there's all kinds of crap on here. STL files, images. That's actually going to go into the spinning top folder. All this crap. Leader crap. Belt puller 2020 rate carriage. Let's just make another folder for that. New folder. Is there anyone streaming? That way no one's here. Someone else streaming, I'll kill it. Oh, are the 3D printing community there, the Canadian guys there, are they streaming? New tab. Somebody else streaming? Just curious. YouTube. We will call this folder X carriage. I just totally printed it wrong, but that's alright. Spelled it wrong. And we can put pretty much all of this in there. Leader cap export. Leader cap. I don't even know what I was bleeder capping. All of this stuff. No, the X carriage folder. What is the bleeder cap? Oh, I know what that is. That's the bleeder cap for the what's up, Wiley? That's the leader cap for the thing. So, get rid of this. I don't need that anymore. Oh, my desktop's somewhat clean. Seeing something's going on here. YouTube world. Oh, that's Chaps. I already watched that on my little iPad. That's just the MacPaw receipt. Let's see what we have for emails. Nobody else is streaming, so I figured I'd just start one after cleaning up stuff and moving stuff around. Now that my camera's over here instead of over there, just because I can. Natalie mentioned you. Yep, I know all about Natalie mentioning me. Where is everybody? Last night I didn't expect anybody, and they were all jumping in there within a minute or two. Tonight I actually thought where it was fairly early, I'd get a couple people to jump in, and nobody's here. Nobody knows the trouble I'm seeing. Oh, you can sort of see that. It says Tom Lama here. At an angle, sort of. Hey, why is my light out up there? That ain't right. I didn't plug it. I just turned it off. That's right. I did it last night. I forgot just about that. That should help a little. So what's everyone doing on this here Friday? It's Friday. Right now, I'm printing my belt tensioner / pulley holder. It's going to hold this here little puppy. Or this monstrosity. Wow, that is really tight. Wonder if I can pull that off. We'll see. If not, we'll just redesign it. I definitely like that better than the old frickin' polished rails and linear bearing crap. I hate those things. Hate them. Noisy. Vibrating, noisy, loose, sloppy, crappy. I think that thing's actually off right now, too. I've been doing some measuring, and it ain't measuring out. Because this is supposed to be 50 millimeters apart. And it's actually how far apart? It is 49.6. Pretty consistently. 9.7. What's this? 49.67. So yeah, it's a little bit off. But it works pretty well. Right. That printer's got to be off just a hair. And it's yeah, it's calibration movement. It makes no sense because the stepper motor should be the same steps, should be no variance in that. I never had a problem before. So now it's off. Speaking of ING board has made it kind of goofy. If they did something I don't know about, which is possible. They did just update the firmware again. What is it, 1.19 or whatever, the very, very latest, because I had 1.18 on there. So I stepped it up one. And the only thing I have left to do is to make the belt clamping unit and make sure it's all going to work. And flip this thing over, because of course I got it upside down. Well, I guess I can just flip it over here. No, I can't. There's my. Gotta change anyways. So maybe I can, and I can just manually drill it into this for the end stop. Motor mount. Where is my motor mount? I made a motor mount for it. I should probably bolt it on there, huh? Yep, probably should. Whatever the hell I did with it. No idea what I did with it. I know I made one. Where did I see it last? Maybe in this here big box. This here big box. What did I do with it? I hope I didn't throw it out. This is kind of stupid. This here big box. I got too many boxes. I need to own some crappy crap. Oh, the crap. What did I do with it? I know I put it somewhere. I remember setting it down, seeing it going, oh, I'll remember where that is. And then, of course, I put it somewhere where I don't remember where I put it. That was pretty freaking stupid of me. Pretty dumb. I was going to work on this since you Wiley bitched at me for doing it, not finishing it. So I should probably finish it, huh? What was it in that box right there? Nope. I almost use that. Come on now. I'll find it when I'm stopped looking for it. TPE feet, TPU feet, whatever you want to call them. Put it somewhere. Where the hell did I put it? I don't see it. There it is. I like throwing it in there. That will go right here. And probably going to need to beef it up. But for now, that should work. For a while, I'm never going to get the belt to go through there. Maybe I will because of the grooving. Nope. Didn't even think of that. So it's going to have to go. How am I going to pull that one off? Well, didn't think that one through. Oh, let's see. Well, that wasn't too bright of me. Need to make this underneath or flush here. Flush there. Yipsters. That wasn't too bright of me. I think there's a way I can just extend it and put it this way for now. I don't think I can get that much height. Can't get much height. Well, that's a bummer. Oh well. Something else to think about. What's everyone doing? Anybody actually here? It says we have 3 or 4 viewers, but I don't see anybody showing up or saying anything. Is anybody out there? Not if you can hear me. See me drink. What's up, TK? Anybody want to come in and join me? There you go. I'll leave it up there for a minute. I don't want to get it too crazy. We'll get 1 or 2 other people in here for a bit. I screwed up my motor mount, man. I screwed up. That was pretty dumb of me. Pretty easy fix, though. I can fix that. Maybe I'll do that right now. Da-dee-da-dee-do. Da-dee-da. PC print said edit control room.
Yeah.
Da-dee-da-dee-do.
Hello, Maisie. Yeah, me all right?
Yep.
Sound.
Sure. I got my TV way down so I can't hear crap, but maybe it's not that far down. Anyway. Must wait for Fusion to fire up. Fire up, Fusion.
Well, I went to scan a model today with that scanner that I got, and the bed is knackered.
Yeah. I heard most of them weren't very good.
Say again?
Heard most of those aren't very good.
Yeah, it's the Shining 3D, you know, the big one, the projected light one. Don't know what's happened to it, but I mean, there's power going to it, but it's just not picking it up. So I'll try again tomorrow with a restart on the computer and see if I've got any problems with it then. And if it's still doing it, I'll just have to ring the company.
Isn't there a Canadian Maker Project or whatever his name is there doing a live stream now?
I have no idea.
Oops. Opening up too much crap now.
No idea. Is he streaming?
I don't know, but for some reason I remember him saying he was going to stream tonight. One of them.
Oh, well, I think wasn't he on earlier? On the
Yeah, he was on wireless. What's up, Minnesota Maker? Yeah, I think he's streaming now, which is fine. If he is, I'll kick and go over there. I don't care.
Well, we've got people joining us now.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh.
Sure. Or I'll not.
Reprinted the dragon.
Hang on. Let me lock you on there because
All right.
I want to see that. Step back up there now.
Oh, let me just stick it
That's
on.
like a transparent blue filament, huh?
Near enough, it looks. It's just single shell.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You did that in spiral mode? Wow, that
No,
came
no,
great.
it's a single shell, not in spiral mode. Three top, three bottom.
I got you.
Because it couldn't do the spiral anyway with the wings being separate.
Yep.
But yeah,
True. Well, you can, but it screws them up.
Yeah.
That looks pretty cool.
That's the thermal changing. I got a lot of stringing from the filament though because it's an old filament.
Let's squeeze it too hard, it'll probably break.
So I'll just try and warm it up. Hang on. So there we go.
Are you trying to make a bong out of it? Oh, what is it? Color changing?
Yeah. Try not to burn it, Mark.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Got to the stage I couldn't remember. It's like because I did one in single shell in glow in the dark for Fee when she was here, and then it got to a stage I couldn't remember if it was single shell or not, so I had to reprint it again just to prove to myself.
Maybe car impact holder under train. Where did I do with the legs?
I'm Minnesota.
Oh God! Don't tell me I went through all that work and then I didn't save them. I know I saved them.
You would have saved them. You wouldn't have just killed the program.
Oh, let's see. Where is it? Moving stick bases, household items, knife, Frankenbug, Core XY, vacuum RC, practical tool, trash walker parts. There it is. That's what I was looking for. No, I kind of like my feet better. I haven't lined up right. Something tells me it's leaning back too far. It is.
Oh, there, Robbie Mac. You jumping in?
Want to jump in, Robbie Mac? Anybody want to jump in? Get a couple more people in here.
Gang ups.
I don't get the whole cups thing, but sure.
Oh, you're still locked on me, by the way.
Huh?
You're still locked on me.
Oh, we gotta undo that, huh? We don't need to present him anymore. No, we don't. I kind of like my mechanical foot better than their finished looking one. That look kind of cool.
Yeah. So your one?
Oh, that's my breakdown of it, I guess you could call it. I just got to figure out how I'm going to split it all apart. Not really sure how I want to split it.
I would split it straight down the center line.
Oh, no. We want to make it so all these parts are separate.
All right.
Like this is separate from this one. The whole original idea was you could print it huge
Yeah.
in part so you could print it huge. Because right
Yeah.
now, if I print the leg existing at 200%, it won't fit on my printer. And I can almost make it fit on the printer by going diagonal. It's like really, really close.
Yeah.
Like right here might get cut off. But it also take like 4 days because it's so big and tall. What the thought would be is to make like this elbow here all one part, this linkage here all one part, this linkage here all one part, and then the foot one part. Or make all of these pistons individual, like this piston and this piston and this piston and this piston and then this pivots, and then make the foot solid. And then you could actually pose it. You could shift the foot forward, shift it back, and have it not just locked on to one single whatever, which was the original plan. But I don't think I'm going to get to it now because I already started drinking. Not that I'm drinking that much, but I can already feel like I'm not feeling the buzz. I'm feeling the
time.
Screw it feeling. The lack of motivation. But I might have to clean up the foot. Just because I can. And let's see, this thing is like about like so. So if I draw on this, oops, that's not what I want. Why does it do that? That's the one thing I hate about Fusion. It like does this weird. What are you doing, Fusion? Me and Z, whatever you're doing, stop it. I want to go on the bottom, just like that. I want to draw a sketch right there. Way all the way at the end, yes. I want to put a sketch on there. And then it's got to like flip it over and do weird crap. I don't know why it's standing it up for no apparent reason. And why won't my little arrows show up? Where are my little arrows?
I have no idea with Fusion.
There they are. Them little arrows. So I can have it set the way it should be. Alright, so now I need to draw an arc. And I'm going to do a 3-point arc. I'll start somewhere around here. And go up to around here. And just arc it out. That actually looks pretty good. I'll let it do that. And then I'm going to draw some little toes, even though it won't be exact. Escape. And then I should be able to take that. Oh, come on. Why didn't you close? It's not closed here. I'm drawing on that, right? Yeah. Oh, how did that get back there like that? Supposed to be drawing on that. I don't know how that thing went backwards. I want to redo. Yeah. Okay. And right here, I want to go in a little, go up a little, go down a little, around there. Escape. That's more like it. Nose. And we push that through. Tell it to go all. Okay. That's my little toes. Like he has it. He's got kind of it weird, but actually I do too. Not terrible. And he's got like some kind of weird trash canny thing here, but I'm not sure I want to do that. I don't think I need to go to that extreme. But this is rounded over here. let's round that over. I'm gonna fill it on it. Bring it up until it, whoops, goes crazy like that. Yep, until they touch. I kind of like them back a little bit. Makes it look more metallic.
Mm.
And then let's see. What
You're
else?
gonna do the arch on that hill as well.
Huh?
You're going to do that, you know, like the curving that you've just done on the toes. You're going to do that on the circle
Right
a bit.
here. Yeah, I'm working my way back. Let's see. There's kind of a weird thing back here. I got to put my glasses on to see what actually is happening. He's got kind of he's got like a weird fillety thing there. That's very strange what's going on. I think I'm just going to lower this then. I'm doing it to both sides. Just the one side. What the hell's going on? Why is it freaking out on me? This is not a hard calculation. Come on. Abort. I wish there was a freaking abort that actually aborted. When I say abort, just abort. Stop thinking. Stop doing whatever you're doing. Do what I freaking tell you to do.
Yeah.
Now I gotta sit there and let it think for no freaking reason.
It's like, yeah, I'll abort once I've done all the calculations that you don't want me to do. No.
You know what? I'm just gonna freaking force quit it because I'm not gonna wait. I just don't feel like waiting that long. That's all programs now. There used to be on the Mac when OS 10 first came out. You hit escape, anything that was happening, anything at all, got aborted right then and there. It just aborted everything. And they got rid of that, and I don't know why. And it was OS based. It wasn't application based.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter what application it was. It just aborted. Whatever calculation it was trying to do, whatever it was doing, it always looked for that escape key. And if you hit that escape key, it stopped thinking. It just stopped doing everything. And they certainly need to bring that back. Because I'm tired of it thinking when I don't want it to. It just keeps on thinking. Yeah, Robbie, jump in here. Need some excitement besides me. I'm not exciting. As what did you guys watching the stream this morning? Will Wiley, or this afternoon?
Partly.
Right at the end, PT was said something that just I died laughing. What did he say? I make videos that are snooze worthy or something. It was just the funniest freaking thing I ever heard. I make some real snooze worthy videos or something along those lines. I just was like, holy crap, dude, that's so awesome.
Oh, it's cold here tonight.
We're supposed to have snow, rain, ice, rain, more snow, more ice and rain for the next like 3 days, constantly. Every night it's going to snow. Every day it's going to rain and slush. And so we're going to have layers of shit. Pardon my French, but there's no other way to describe it.
Yeah.
Freaking hate snow. I just hate the crap. Okay, Fusion, what's the problem now? Are you just not going to load now because I had a temper tantrum and quit you?
See, that's the thing in the UK. We don't get it enough to hate it.
We've actually been pretty lucky this year so far because this is the first real. We've had a couple of little flurries, but nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the problem here? Why isn't this thing loading?
It's because you got me still open in the background because I crashed and I stuck in the background.
It doesn't even have a recovered one. That's weird. He usually saves it.
Yeah, my zebra should.
Anything I did? Probably not. Nope. Didn't save nothing. Prick. Prick. It's because I'm trying to do too much with it. Something's just not right. It's not drawn on the screen right.
Yeah. Memory leak?
My computer. My little arrows that are normally right here aren't there.
So you get what?
3 arrows. These things. For some reason, it didn't want to draw them at first. All right, let's try that all again. Let's put the little toe notch in. I don't want you locking onto nothing. I hate it when you lock onto crap. All right. So something ain't copacetic because it's not crossing the line there somewhere because I can't just select that piece. Okay, that's locked on. That's locked on. Now I can. Let's do my arc. 3-point arc. Give it a little bit of a toe. Let's go. It does almost go to the end. I'm not going to quite go to the end because I really don't like it as well. That looks good. Escape. Just like that. Like that. Push it through. All. Okay. This. Oh, why is that diagonal? Oh, I know why. That's why. Darn it. That's at an angle. That's why it's freaking out on me too. Command Z, Command Z, Command Z, Command Z, Command Z. Okay, so I have to actually do it on a different plane. So I can do it on this plane. Just project this whole thing. Okay. So now it's projected. Now I can draw my little. I don't want you locking onto anything in the center of nothing. I don't know what you're centering on. It'll be on. I know it'll cut. Escape. It's a little too high. And then over here, bring this one down until it locks onto that. Let's try the arc again. One last time. Start around here somewhere. Go up to here somewhere. Make an arc. So I like that. It's a.
Hi guys.
You got it. Escape. This one. This one. Gotta go both directions. 2 directions because I know I'm cutting through the angle there. Okay. Now that's a nice straight line, right? Yep. That looks much better. Add that sketch. Holy crap, look at all these sketches on this thing. Play that one and that one. There's all of those. A lot of sketches there. What's everyone doing? Who do we got in here? TK guy, and I don't know what he's talking about. You do it, Minnesota. What's up? You do it. Let's see. Get back to this thing. I want to arc these with a simple fillet. Fillet. I'm gonna leave a little bit of a flat spot because I think it looks cooler that way. Then in the back, just want to lower this, and this is when it bugged out, so I'm gonna hit save now. I don't know why that had to bug out when I wanted to do this. Let's make it negative 10. Sure, that works. And then let's put, what does this look like? It looks like some kind of weird archy thing. Let's put an archy thing right there. Yeah. Arc, 3-point arc. And of course, I'm going to have to play some games so I can see what I'm doing. I think I can get away with it. Actually, I need to put a center line in first. That's the center. That's the center. Escape. Make that a construction line because I really don't want to do anything but be in my center. 3-point arc. We're going to come off of here somewhere. Come up to the middle. My arc. What the hell was that?
That was me.
Oh. On there looks good. Escape. Mirror this. Sketch. Mirror. Mirror line. This guy right here. Okay. Then I can just extrude this. I wonder if I can pinch it or if it's gonna, yeah, see it pinches the wrong way, which I don't want it to do. So we can just go like that. There's something I can do here, and I know there is, but this is just gonna be easy this way. To just fillet these or extrude them or chamfer them or something that should do what I want within reason. Not exactly what I wanted, but it's close.
YouTube is really annoying me with, welcome to live chat. Remember, guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines.
What's that? Oh, what are you getting? Some kind of garbage email?
Yeah, no, it's come up in the chat. It's one of them sort of like, oh, like, as if, are you totally new to YouTube and like text? Remember, watch out, keep everything private. It's like, check my account. I've been on it for over 10 years. Leave me alone.
Oh, it's not going to let me do that? Why not? Oh, because I got it way too high. Let's try one. Why won't it let me do both sides? Here we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. It looks sort of cool. Not exactly what I wanted, but let's go back to this extruder. Edit this, because I really needed to go out farther. Because we kicked back because of the thing. There we go. That looks sort of like what he has. Not really, but sort of. I don't really care if it looks exactly the same. As long as it's similar. Let's see, are those rounded over? Nope. I can't see without my glasses. Need my glasses. And there's some kind of weird thing coming off that. But you know what? I don't care. It doesn't need to be there. So I need to put some kind of like weird cap on this thing. So let's draw a circle on there. I have more than one body. See if I can make all of these hide. Get down to where I can see that thing. That's too far, I guess. Well, I can sort of see where I'm going. Let's see, that's at 16. Let's go to 18. Oops, not 80. 18, tight com. And maybe 19. That looks better. And then escape. And then we'll just extrude that. We'll bring it up a little bit. A little bit of a, whoops, wrong way. A little bit of an angle. Like so-ish. I'm not trying to copy this thing exactly, so Okay. Okay, why can't I select the face? Let's draw another circle. Around here. Let's go with 14. Yeah, 13. And then another circle. I go away so I got all my tools back. And we'll go with 10. Sure. We'll extrude this up. 1, maybe 2. 2. Sure. I'm just selecting everything but what my freaking mouse is next to. Modify, fillet. Something like that. Let's go here. Draw another circle.
It's plummeting down. What's up?
Mike. Howdy, Mike.
Oh, doing all right, doing all right.
Going downhill now.
Just got done doing my damn tornado. Finally got the extruder all fixed and everything, and got it all put back together. And moving the bed, and I couldn't move my goddamn bed. Goddamn motor on my bed went out. The wine motor went out on it. Pissed me right off. Well, now it doesn't know what the hell it's doing. Oh, doesn't know what the hell it's doing, does it?
Okay. Let's fill this over.
I did forget one thing, though, that I have to put back on.
What am I looking for? Modify.
Oh, hey, throw that link back up so D can get in. We just got off the hangout because he started. I freaking hits my flashlight. I have the flashlight.
Okay, what's going on here?
What are we doing, Tom?
Same old, same old. Hey, what's up?
Did you put the link back in the hangout?
Who's in here? Ed's in here now, too.
Oh, there.
We got everybody showing up.
Yeah. Well, we were busy.
Well, that's all right. It's all good, man. You be busy, you want to be busy.
But put the link back in there so D can get in.
It's in the chat.
Well, he said he couldn't see it.
Oh, what? Can you guys not hear me or something?
You're really muffled. I don't hear you very well.
Hey, everybody, we got Michael Castle, we got Llama, we got Minnesota Maker. I seen Robbie Mack in there. I seen Johnny Mack in there.
Hey, Minnesota Maker.
We got You Do It. You Do It's in there. TK's in here. Hi, TK. Pablo Projects. Johnny. Yeah, that's Minnesota Maker. All righty. I'll do.
Hey.
My damn flashlight. Still printing that damn garbage can, Llama.
I'm actually doing the fit right now.
Are you doing electric now?
I'm trying to finish it, and it's just not cooperating with me.
Good. Because I want to finish this thing. Look at it. I already got garbage in my garbage can. Oh, you can still see it
I
there.
already got garbage in my garbage can.
I do. I didn't know where to put it.
It's funny as hell. I got garbage in my garbage can. No, really? Isn't that what it's for?
No, in the garbage can it's printed.
I know. I was being an asshat.
Okay. Sorry.
-3. What the hell happened? Why is it doing that?
I don't know.
My computer's freaking out. Oh, I know why. I did a cleanup of it. Back up and cleaned it out. I think it deleted some crap I probably shouldn't have. Let's put a chamfer on this.
He's coming, but maybe he just went to bed.
Fill it.
Yeah, I ain't got long, but
Like
my
that.
daughter's kicking me off my computer.
All right. Now, the last thing I have to do. Oh, crap. I should have done that before I attached all that. What do you think of my little foot reenactment? It's not exact, but it's darn close.
Oops.
I have to put a little couple bolts down here. Round this over. Let's save this now before my computer freaks out. Did I ghost that, or did I do it all at once? I think I ghosted that, didn't I? Yep.
Yeah, I turned my face light off. I was trying to find my Discord. Sometimes it pops up underneath my light on the upper screen. Makes me look like a Smurf.
What'd you do?
Said something about him being Papa Smurf instead of Papa Projects.
Yeah, Papa Smurf.
Okay.
I don't know why my Discord's not working.
And if I mirror it, add that to the mirror, edit feature, add that to the mirror, objects, add that one. Where I wanted to add that. There we go. Okay. Look at that. It all looks beautiful. Look at that, just looks smashing. Computing, extruding, and
There he is.
There it is. Look at that, huh? That looks like a foot, don't it? Uh-oh. I got a sketch not complying. Why is it not complying?
Come on.
Review warning. The project source is lost. Cache is used. Close. For what source? Edit sketch. Okay. What's lost? Everything looks fine to me. Stop sketch. Why is it freaking out? What's it referencing? Project. Like that. Yeah. Project everything. I don't know what you're looking for, but project it all. Stop sketch. What was that? Come on, that's what I hate. Why is it trying to reference something that ain't there? You know what? I don't care because it looks fine. There's something there it's trying to reference that's not there. It's still there, so it looks just peachy. You think it looks just peachy? Peachy. Modify chamfer. I'm gonna go for a too distant. Bring it way down. Only a little bit over.
He's getting off.
You soon. Gonna get the sprinkler.
Like so.
I don't want to get my mind off this.
And I'm kind of liking that. So all I gotta do is put this little here bolt in here, which I can do way back here.
Frickin' bugger.
Yes, on that side. Correct. There's depends on fillet. What? Oh, I hate it when it does that.
Hey, D.
Yeah.
Got no say.
Close. What is it? This is pissing me off. I don't see where the problem is. There's no yellow dots. So what's the problem? What are you trying to reference that's not there? Everything's there. Good. Everything. What do you need to project?
We're getting serious now. We got our top hats on.
I've heard this is a formal affair.
It's a formal affair. More info. I wish it would actually tell you what it's looking for. It says, oh, I'm using something else, but what are you using and where? You're not showing me anything. Vortex 1 is missing. Where's Vortex 1 and why is it missing?
It's not
I
there.
don't care because the file's fine. Because everything looks all right. All I have to do is put the 2 bolts in there. I gotta do that, but sure. Why not? The hell is that noise? Who's making noise? I hate noise. Go with an even 5. How's that look? Sure. And let's go with an offset. Offset. In 5.5. Sure. Let's push it in 5. Actually, no. Yeah.
Johnny Mac, you have to work hard today? Or Lobby Mac, I'm sorry.
What are you bad about? Two five. Put it all away.
The frickin' buggers.
Well, I should just be able to mirror that.
How's your print coming, TK?
Printed it on earlier on the Dragon again in single shell.
Oh, yeah. It's a nice translucent.
Actually, it's a thermal color. It changes color with the heat.
Oh, with the temperature, yeah.
Yeah, it's just that it's printed single shell.
Oh, that's neat.
Okay.
How many color changes it go to? Just 2?
It's just the 2.
Oh, okay. I know Ricky was looking. They had one from the Emolin.
Yeah, there's that 3 color one that goes from
Yeah.
like a flat to, yeah, that looked nice.
So that one.
I was having a look at samples for paint,
They don't have that.
the custom car paint job. They do like 1 gram samples, which are like really fine because it's got to go through an airbrush and everything.
Great
So they're like 30 plus in cost.
features.
So I think they're getting some of that 2-tone stuff and mix it with the resin
And this one.
Yeah.
and then see how the prints turn out and that. I was going to also think about getting some mother of pearl, printing that in some white resin.
Should put the bolt hole on the other side.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Is the particle size good enough to be able to mix it with the?
I think it should be. I think I mixed some. It looked like tinsel, to be honest.
Why is this thing freaking out on me for no
He was
reason?
trying to duplicate an opal that he had. But the opal that he had anyway looked like fake opal, which is really expensive, even though it's fake opal. You know,
Yeah.
it's plastic, and the jewelers use it and stuff. And he did a really good. You know, he managed to do it really well. It did look like it, but you could still see the layer lines in it because every now and then a bit of the tinsel was sticking out. But if he dipped it in some resin a couple of times, it's just to build up and cured it, it would have just looked like the opal that he was trying to duplicate.
Oh, that'd be neat. Yeah, any of those, pearlescence and like you said, anything that's a color shift. And same
did try mixing some thermal color changing powder with it, and that works really well. You just put it underneath the tap and it changed instantly.
Oh, that's neat.
All right, save that puppy. I really want to figure out what that.
When this works on that at the moment, I've got a little Celtic goblet. Hang on, I'll show you the goblet itself. That's the original one.
Oh yeah.
So I scanned that a long time ago with photogrammetry, and I've got that on there now, but it's only about that sort of size compared to the actual goblet.
All right, there's my walker leg. What do you think? What do you think of my walker leg? I'm not going to put trash can grooves in it because it was just looks to me.
Maybe some knuckles over the toes.
Yeah, it's got the same thing. The same as the one he's got here, basically. I think I will round this off, though. Put a fillet on it, even though I don't think his really has it. I just think it'll look better. Maybe a fillet this too. Okay, that looks good.
Try this again.
What are you making? A camel toe?
Sure. A robot camel toe turns you on, don't it? How do I know that's turning you on, man? A robot foot camel toe.
Well, there's Jake from State Farm.
Matty Jake. It's Jakey Matt.
Jakey baby.
Oh, there, Jake.
I think I got it. This
Yeah,
morning
you-
only turned so far, man. It seasons right up.
What the hell is going on
Did you
here?
pull it apart yet, Mike?
No, I'll do that in a live stream. I'm done working tonight. I've been working all friggin' day, man.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can get a photon printer now for $370.
Oh, what printer?
You know the photon resin printer that I've got.
Oh, God.
Really?
I have $1.70.
370? Is that straight from them?
As far as I know, yeah.
Didn't change it.
They're bringing out another one called the Photon X, which is basically the same machine with a plastic case, but with 4 rods to hold the Z rod. Whether it's any better or not, and then I know they're also working on the Photon X as well, which is a bigger build plate.
I wonder how much that's going to run.
Yeah.
I don't get is what is wrong here.
But if they keep dropping the prices like that, they're going to seriously hit the resin market.
Yeah. Well, they kind of need to push because every time they push a machine price down, they start pushing out the resin.
What is all this noise you guys are making on this? Dogs barking and crap. Jeez.
Yeah.
This thing's in the wrong freaking position. Like fry something out on this now? How's that bed doing, Sure.
Yeah, it's the main. It's the duck. Robin Mark.
Missing on this sketch. I wish it would show me where.
It was coming into a prep. Yeah.
What up, everybody?
This
Now we know.
There's the part missing.
Oh, there, Robbie.
Hey, Rob.
Did Buckram tell you guys the news?
No.
My company got bought out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you one of us unemployed still?
No, we're in a new building. We I found out Wednesday morning. That's why I haven't been around the streams at all.
I was wondering where the hell you been.
Yeah, we found out Wednesday morning and said we're gonna start moving your shit now. Took all our printers and plotters and stuff that day. And then the next day they started taking all our materials and some of the shelving and stuff like that. And then today I started moving computers.
Shazam that, man.
It's
That's good or bad, though.
so far it's kind of good because this guy owns like 8 companies.
Like this protect.
Like 3 of them are graphics companies. I think he does trade show graphics for one company. The other company, he does all kinds of traditional printing. He does like brochures and business cards, letterheads, and he does T-shirts and all that stuff. It's really stinky in that building. It's really, I mean, the big Heidel. He has. They got to have 150 employees in that building alone. And you walk through, and some of it's kind of like a sweatshop. It's all like older ladies that are just like binding and folding and all kinds of junk like that. But he wants a vinyl graphics, doing vehicle wraps and stuff. And he was talking initially like he had a vinyl graphics department, but the more we got to learn, he has one guy running 2 Mamaki printers, and he has one guy that runs a plotter, and they don't know what they're doing. And then whenever they need something installed, they basically source out and hire installers for it. So our entire shop is the new vehicle graphics department. So that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Work with everybody you already know.
You're actually needed.
Right. It's not like I have to worry about someone replacing us. Now we do have a receptionist and one sales lady that's she does a lot of paperwork, and their outfit, everything is like automated, like their designers and everybody that works, they get a pop-up on their screen and tells them what job they're supposed to be working on, and they check off boxes, and it all automatically bills it and everything else. So there's really no need for her, and there's no need for the receptionist because they already have one.
Yeah.
But they offered them jobs that temporarily for like the next couple of weeks. We'll need to transition. Need to keep track of your system as we integrate into our system and all that stuff. And everybody so far we've been told, and all of us have been told the same thing, even in individual meetings with this new owner. He done everything everything's consistent what he's telling everybody. Same salary, same vacation, same everything. There may be additional benefits because like we don't offer 401k or anything like that. They may have that. So far so good, but it's a lot better than what we initially, because you got bought out and you're like, okay, office space, where are the Bobs? I need to talk to them and save my job and all that. There's nobody to do vehicle graphic. We are it. We are the entire department. So
yeah, that's good because
I'm just frazzled, Michael. I am. Yeah, my hair's it's getting a little too long. It's getting too long to do anything with, and it's not short enough. So yeah, I'm hopefully going to buzz it again this weekend. But yes, I know it's sticking out everywhere, and I'm not making a very good first impression with some of these guys at the new shop. Well, I shouldn't say that. They've learned real quick, that we all know our crap and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's weird. Everybody that's gone in there, they're just like awestruck by some of the stuff and it's very simple things, but they've been doing their thing and we've been doing ours, and they're not in tune with our business. And so in that respect, it's been very good. I mean, we took the latex printers in, and I got them hooked up. I worked with their guy and got it working, got it into their network and all that sort of stuff. And he's like, "Well, can I see a sample print?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go ahead and do a sample print for you." He just wanted to verify that it was working and everything. But at the same time, he's like, "I'm like, okay, you just dropped a power line, but you just got it on a power strip. So what happens if a power goes out or something? Do you have battery backup or something I can plug this into? You know?" "Oh no, we don't really suffer battery, any issues with power or anything like that. It's very rare." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know it's very rare, but if I'm printing a freaking hauler,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And all of a sudden it stops halfway through the panel. I'm like, if you got a battery backup, just give it to me." I mean, little stuff like that is just, you learn over the years it's not worth the risk. And so then he's like, "I just want to see a print," and I print it, and then and I'm like, the bad thing is, because we're kind of in a this is a long ass story. I'm sorry, guys. They actually have a new building that is built specifically for us to move into. The problem is that construction was delayed, and our current owner couldn't go any longer. So their guys found out 24 hours before we were bought out, that 24 hours before we did. And they weren't happy about it either, because they all came. He had guys that came over and moved all of our stuff, started hauling everything. And I think partly why they do that is because they've been burned in the past. He's acquired a few businesses, and in the process, people start stealing shit and everything else. So he just wants to move as fast as he can, so that none of that can happen. And I get that. I understand it. We don't really have, in my opinion, a whole lot to steal. I mean, our printers and stuff, but nobody's going to go walking out with a 60-inch latex printer,
No.
But yeah, I mean, but overall it went really well. And I do this print, and I'm telling the guy, we're set up in this temporary space, and it's tough because it's kind of cold, it's a little damp, it's not really climate controlled like we're used to. We don't go crazy. I mean, it'd be like having a printer set up in your house where our shop was. But where their shop is, it was like a back storage space where it's a little colder and everything. And I'm like, we might get some condensation on the prints. We might have to adjust the heat to burn that latex off, burn the water off. And he's like, "Yeah, plus you got to let it outgas." And I'm like, "No, this is latex. It doesn't outgas." I said, rub your finger across there. It's dry. You can go straight to laminate right now. And he was just floored by that. Whoa, you can. I'm like, "Yeah, that's the whole reason we got it, man. It's bada boom, bada bing, bada done." I mean, you don't dick around with letting it sit overnight and outcast. No, that's not happening. So, and then some of their install, like our install guys were over there because they wanted to move our install department over there and start doing installs at their shop. And they're doing stuff, and he's got like one or two install guys. And when I say install guys, they're not really install guys. They hang like huge ass banners off the sides of buildings, and occasionally they do small vehicle graphics. And they're just floored that, "Holy cow, you took the door handles off that vehicle to do this wrap?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's what you got to do." I mean, and
the right way.
There ain't nobody that can do what we're doing. And I honestly, it'd be years before you could teach any of them to do what we're doing.
I found it.
Yeah. It makes us a lot more comfortable doing that. Sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack from that, but that's the reason for my disappearance, and I will be gone most of next week as well, because now that we got everything moved, I got to get everything set up at their new business next week, so I won't be able to jump in on the streams in the morning or anything.
Well, good luck with it.
Yeah, good luck. But now you have no Johnny Roddy that time for sit down, relax, drink some coffee, watch some Morons on the beach.
I know. It really sucks. And I'm sorry, Mike. I tried watching your stream from this morning for 5 fucking hours. I'm not going to sit and watch the whole damn thing. I'm like skipping all the time to see if like any smoke appears, like any
No,
you're
fine. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
I understand. That's completely understandable. Not everybody can just sit on a computer all day and do nothing.
So what's going on with everybody else? I haven't been able to follow what's happened this week.
I got us a coupon code for Xyltech.
Oh, you did get the coupon code. Okay.
Yep, it's posted in Mike's and on the Discords and everything, but it's actually 3DP for printing SC for South Carolina. So 3DPSC.
I will get on. I will get on Discord this weekend. We're gonna get snowed in pretty hard. I think tomorrow, Sunday. So
Yeah, I heard it. It's snowing right now.
But that code does not expire.
oh, perfect. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, it will be in the bottom of all my videos too, of my streams. So
Lips.
we got
Yeah.
it everywhere.
The IT guy at the new company has a little maker bot that he put out in front of his office. And then he went.
Oh, isn't that cute?
Then he went and bought a ANET A8, and he's all pissed off because the ANET A8 prints better than his MakerBot does at a much cheaper price. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's how they all are. And then I started telling him, well, you better get that shit organized because it's going to catch fire and stuff. And he's like, oh, I already upgraded the power supply because the wires are all exposed and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but you need to do the firmware and get your thermal runaway sorted and all that junk. But I'm actually temporarily I'm in with him.
Yep.
I'm sure we'll end up talking more about 3D printing and all that fun stuff as well.
Did he think he was going to impress you with all his 3D stuff,
No.
and then he blew him out of the water?
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how switched on. I don't know how much he knows about printing. You know what I mean? Versus just throwing something at it and watching it go. He said he's printed a few jobs for work, just kind of for fun, but they were all small and nothing major. But I am kind of interested. It seems like the kind of outfit, because he has a trade show graphics division, that they may end up getting into the larger 3D printers.
Oh,
that'd be
cool.
Yeah, one of our Avery reps that sold us Avery vinyl, his name was the same as mine. Actually, it was kind of funny that we joked about that all the time. But he ended up moving to Texas, and now he I wish I could remember the name of that printer, but he works for a 3D printing company now, doing sales and representing for them. And it's for trade show graphics, and it's like a 6 foot tall. You can walk into the 3D printer space. That it does.
cool.
It's pretty slick.
Awesome.
Maybe one day these guys will end up getting into doing that. So I don't know.
I wish you the best of luck, sir.
I think we'll be fine. I mean, it's one of those. I know I've got a job for at least 6 months. You know,
Yeah.
they're not just if you know, if everybody decided, oh, screw it, we don't want to go work for you, he'd be like, oh crap, now what am I gonna do? I got a bunch of printers and I don't have any people to actually know what they're doing. He has nobody to do it. And you know, Monday we're gonna go through a bunch of crap with, you know, his workflow and the type of crap that they do versus the type of stuff that we do. And I don't think he quite understands just yet that it's not like printing T-shirts and business cards where it's just a rectangle.
No.
You know what I mean? Everything is custom because all the vehicles are different.
Yep.
It's not like printing a billboard. It's not like printing a brochure. It's, you know, a Ford versus a Chevy versus a transit van versus a small compact car. I mean, depending on what you're wrapping, it's all unique.
To be able to line up all your graphics between your doors and your hood.
Right, and that's the biggest thing is trying to make it look seamless is a huge issue. You can't just print a big ass rectangle and stick it on the side of the car and expect it to line up with the roof and the hood and the front bumper. And there's very few people. It's taken me years to figure out how to do that seamlessly. And sometimes you still can't do it all with just prints. You still have to do. You'll print and wrap something in solid color and then print the striping or whatever it is separately and lay that as an overlay pinstripe because there's no way you could realistically get everything to line up.
And make it look right.
Right. And that's just people don't get that.
Yeah.
Having said that, I firmly believe that someday there will be a fucking printer that I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's it. You're all booted.
That just sits right there and goes right up and down the side of the vehicle.
I made it like 10 minutes too, man. I was doing so good. But I think you'll be able to just pull a car in and it'll be like one of those mobile car wash things, except it'll be an inkjet printer. It'll just spray the design right on your car. And then you'll drive out the other side with a fully painted wrapped car.
They already have that. It's not quite that fast.
Yeah, but it's they have
They have computer-aided spray guns that you drive in, you drive through it, marks out all your windows, you back up, and then it pushes the car through and paints it.
Oh, just paints it a solid color?
No, it'll paint whatever. I mean, it's
okay.
still
very
like Meineke or something was doing it. Not Meineke. What's the car company there?
Mako.
Mako, that's it. Where they could do like custom graphics and put pinstriping on it and all that.
I'd be curious how well that actually turns out from.
Well, it obviously isn't all that great, or it's ridiculously expensive, or both. Because
I'm sure it's got to be ridiculous.
It's not production yet. You know
yeah, it's got to be crazy expensive.
Yeah.
But just a matter of time.
Even crazy expensive. You know they'd make a killing on it.
All right, maybe we need to invent a rip wrap car painter. Same technology, man.
Well, the thing is that the shrink wrap basically painting now is more popular because if you don't like it, you can remove it. You're not destroying the car, so
right.
There's a value to the car already, and you wrap it. You're not hurting the car. You're actually protecting it.
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, in our business, I mean, the commercial stuff is just there's no easy way to get your vehicle. Get a logo painted on your vehicle. It's going to be pricey as hell. So the vinyl graphics is cheap in that respect. With the race teams, a lot of times that they'll do a one-off sponsor, like just for one race, a special paint scheme, and it's expensive as hell for them to get the car painted. They have to get the old paint stripped and new paint put on. And believe it or not, the paint is actually heavier than the wrap, which the race teams are all concerned about the weight.
Yep.
So they would rather have us weigh it. And when we pulled vinyl off of a car after we wrapped it, it weighed I think it was 15 pounds. So the paint somehow weighs more than 15. The paint in the clear coat weighs more than 15 pounds.
Yeah. Well,
but if we wrap it, they can run their one race. And then after the race, strip the vinyl off, and the underlying original paint scheme that they run throughout the rest of the year is still there, and they don't have to dick around with any of that. And so for example, for the Brickyard 400, when they do that race, Crown Royal always does this big promotional thing where they get their NASCAR drivers to go to local bars and drive people home that are too drunk to drive. And what they do is they rent a bunch of cars from a local car rental,
Enterprise
or whatever. They bring them to us. We wrap the car to make it look like the NASCAR, and it's 8 cars. And then they drive those cars around for that weekend, and then the next week they bring it back and we strip it off and they return it to the rental company, and they don't have any investment in it in terms of buying cars and all that. They just rent a car and we just take the stuff on there. They pay for the wraps and that, but it's a hell of a cheap promotion for them to be able to do it.
Buying new cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did that a lot up in Pocono.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot. You're down in NASCAR territory.
Oh yeah, but I was up in Pennsylvania, up by the Pocono Raceway.
Right.
So yeah, they did a lot of that with the local bars and that kind of stuff. Was a lot of that promotions, and that was kind of neat.
Well, there it is. There's my leg. Now I just got to break it up. Oh, pretty cool, huh?
That's a sexy leg.
That is one sexy leg.
You guys would think it's sexy. You're a bunch of freaking weirdos.
I don't know. If it was 2 legs, I would think it was sexier, but Mike gets into those one-legged.
Yeah.
Oh, man, nothing like a hop-along girl, man.
You say
You don't need a kickstand for your motorcycle. She's got one built on. Damn.
I see a hollow. Well, should not be anything hollow.
You haven't had one unless you had one in a racing wheelchair.
Yeah. Yeah. Get drunk. She can drive home in the wheelchair.
Say, if this wasn't a family channel, let me tell you some stories about Denver, Colorado, and that kind of stuff.
Hey, D, that motor didn't work. It's too small. All it does is go.
Oh.
I blew a motor on my Y-axis on my tornado and tried to put
Yeah, what did that ghost
42 on there, 42 gram.
30, yeah, 42.
Something like that. It doesn't work.
Wingman in
Ghosting.
the house.
There he is. Yeah, I was going to ask him. He wasn't keeping up nothing, man, because I asked him,
Yeah.
where you been?
No,
Maybe.
he knew. I told him, but I don't know. It's a lot of drama to bring into everybody, you know. And
Oh, hey, you know,
I
it
didn't
sounds
have
like
the
no
time to
drama.
do it either. So
It doesn't sound like no drama. It's going good. Everything's working out.
That's
It's all good.
and John Mack, I'm gonna take the "you look like an Albert Einstein" as a compliment.
I said that too. Somebody shut my mic off.
I know.
I shut
I
your
know
mic
it's
off
not the
because you were
compliment I was
grinding something. It's driving me
That
nuts.
wasn't my fault. I didn't realize I was trying to fix what was grinding, and I didn't realize that motor was too small.
I don't
Has-
care
has-
whose fault
has-
it was. I didn't want to hear
Has
it.
seen the Hoosier Club prints yet? Have you seen
Do what?
them yet?
Yeah.
Say again?
The Hoosier Club prints, man.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Dude,
Got CDs.
Way back here somewhere.
it's a wing and wheel with a spool instead of a wheel in it.
Oh,
and it's the Hoosier
awesome.
Club. And then I'm gonna get little. I actually have them. They're not here on my desk, but little pin backers that I can epoxy, so you can pin it to your shirt and wear it if you want.
Oh, cool.
Like little, pilot wings or whatever.
Yeah.
Hoosier, but we don't want one on that Murph, you know.
We're gonna sell them to non-Hoosiers. Get them for free, but non-Hoosiers you got to pay $5 each.
There you go.
And then we're gonna buy a bunch of beer, and all us Hoosiers are gonna drink it Saturday night.
All right, I got a question for you. I've got my sign software. I've got the old LXI 8.
Oh.
Any suggestions as far as an inexpensive software that might be a little better than that old version of LXI 8?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I don't know what LXI8 is.
Well, it's just the sign, just the
Is it like a free version of sign software or something?
no. It's actually an old paid version, but the newer stuff they don't sell it. It's a $29 a month type thing.
I do. How old is the computer he's running it on?
Oh, the one I've got it's a newer one running Windows 10.
Poop. Okay.
But
Why can't I click that?
like I said, there's Easy Cut. There's a couple other stuff out there. Just that.
Well, I have Gerber Composer, and I just so happen to have a shit ton of security keys and everything for it,
Yeah.
but they all run off of.
XP.
Actually, you may be okay. Yeah, you may be really okay.
I've actually got the laptop I'm still running runs on 7.
No, my concern is so the Gerber Edge that you run off of. Yeah, you might be all right. I could actually get you a disk and get you a security key that you can run that with. I don't know about integrating your plotter with it. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but it may take some tinkering to do it because they're all HPGL type driver things. You know.
This one's just one of the Vinyl Express Q100s.
Yes.
It's a pretty universal type.
My initial concern was running a Gerber Edge off of it, but you're not going to be doing that because the Gerber Edge requires a bidirectional parallel port, and with Windows 7 they canceled that. They don't support bidirectional anymore.
Yeah.
But as long as you have a printer port, because the security key is on a printer port, it's not a USB key.
Yeah.
So as long as you got a printer port, you can plug the security key into it and actually get it to recognize.
Yep. I've got a printer port. So.
Yep, and I will be back at the old shop because I only grabbed like 3 of them. I have like 10 of these freaking security keys and old discs and everything else.
Yeah.
And I was like, nobody's going to have a computer that can actually handle it because I had a machine that was Windows 98 and I upgraded it 2 years ago to Windows XP, that runs that thing. But that's all it does. Is it just prints. Like, you're not accessing the internet. You're not getting.
No. Yeah, I've got an old PC to just put down there by the mile.
Yeah, I mean, it'll if you got XP, it'll run. I don't know about Windows 10 or Windows 7. You might have.
I've got XP and
like an old Pentium box or something that you can put it on.
That's what it is. I've got 2 old Pentium boxes.
You can experiment with it and see if it will work, with Windows 10 in XP mode or something like that if you want to. But yeah, it'll work. I wouldn't call it super great, but it's functional. And if you can export like Illustrator or EPS to it, you'll be able to get it to convert and cut.
Okay.
And then it's proprietary, so it wants to save its own files.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's going to cut straight out of design software or something like that.
Oh, that doesn't have to print.
What design software does he use?
That's right in that LXI.
Oh, he's actually designing in it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Because another option is I have Fine Cut, which allows you to use like CorelDRAW or Illustrator, and it's a plugin that will give you plotter functionality on your existing Illustrator or CorelDRAW designs. And if you do Illustrator CS2, you can get that as a free download, and it would function with that as well. But all that is basically you hook up a plotter, and then you have to have a driver for the plotter.
Yep.
With that software. And as long as the computer recognizes the plotter, then it's just a matter of mashing a button and telling it to cut, and it will end up cutting it.
I ended up having to go to Linux for mine because I had the same software I've got an old GraphTech 3000.
Yeah.
And it had the dongle, and it was on XP, and that machine crashed, and I lost the software and everything. So I've spent the last year and a half trying to find some way to use the machine again.
What software were you using?
What is it?
What software were you using?
It was that, I believe it was the same thing, the LXI.
Oh, okay.
And everybody kept saying, "Oh, you can go download it. You can, you can find it here and there." And everywhere I could find it, they don't sell it for Windows 10 or any of that. It wouldn't work past the XP machine, and I wasn't going to go back to that. So.
Oh yeah, well, you get caught up in that too, and that's the Fine Cut software. If you can get an Illustrator 2 will work on Windows 10 because I actually have it installed on my machine, so I know that will work. Illustrator CS2 will. Corel is another matter. You can get it to work, but it's a whole bunch of hoops to jump through.
I gotta go.
All right.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Gerber
Do we care?
Omega and Gerber and Omega Composer won't work with Windows 10.
Well, what I ended up doing was putting together one of my old PCs and putting Linux on it and Inkscape, and I came across a bunch of articles that said you could add the Ink Cut plugin and use it, but then apparently they've abandoned that idea somewhere down the line. So I had one of the guys that's an IT guy for the state came over. He's a friend, and he came over and helped me figure out how to do it. And what I'm doing right now currently, which is not convenient, but at least I got the machine working again, is I design in Inkscape, save it as an HPGL, and then I go into Linux and just say copy so-and-so.hpgl to device USB 1, and it just sends it to the machine. I don't have all the options. What I've lost is the ability to say, cut me 6 of them and nest them this far apart, and 3 rows, 4 columns. I've lost all of that.
Yeah. Well, okay. So Fine Cut's the same. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Fine Cut, I think, can nest it. But the advantage to Fine Cut is that you could have a print and you could line your cut up with the print. or vice versa, however you want to put it. So when you go into fine cut, you can have a design, and then you basically draw a rectangle around it, and you tell it, you know, fine cut, I want to create crop marks. It will create the crop marks, and then if you have a plotter that has a laser sensor, it will actually go and find those crop marks, and then center your cut based on those crop marks.
Yeah.
It's not rocket surgery to do it, but depending on, like, if you're cutting something that's only like 10 inches by 10 inches, you can do 10 millimeter crop marks. If you're doing something that's like freaking 40 inches wide by 100 inches long, you want to do like 30 millimeter crop marks. So it's easier to pick up the crop marks, but that starts getting kind of crazy when you're doing that stuff. But the composer portion of it, if you're just cutting vinyl, yeah, you can tell it, you could send one thing over, and then it brings up like a little, I don't want to say like a slicer, but it's kind of like that in 3D.
Right. No, I'm
a little rip thing, and then you can tell it. You can tell it how, you know, how wide your material is. So if it's 48-inch material, and you got, say, a 12-inch decal, it'll let you do 4 up and however many across that you want. So if you want to, you know, cut like 30 of them, you tell it 4 up and, you know, 6 across.
And I think that's the way this software worked, was like the LXI software would let you design it, and then you sent it to the production, like a print utility or print manager or something.
Yeah, the production manager.
The what?
Production manager.
That was it. Production manager.
You can design in Gerber Omega and Gerber Composer, but I wouldn't recommend. I mean, yes, you can do it. You can totally design it. And back in the day, we used to. But nowadays, when you have Illustrator and Corel and all these other options, it's way easier to design in there, and then just export an EPS file and import it into the Composer and actually cut the job from that. And you could once you bring it in, and you tell it what color vinyls because you can tell it, like, you want to do. You want to change it to like a 3-color job, and you can spec the colors on each of the individual pieces, right? So if you tell it you only want to cut the white vinyl right now, it won't cut the whole logo. It'll only cut the white sections, and then it'll only cut the black sections, and it'll only cut the silver sections, you know, that sort of stuff. And you can save that as a job so that later you can come back and do that again. Yeah,
but this even is how, like, it won't separate out the colors, you know.
Oh, really? Yeah. I got some keys because right now they're just sitting, waiting to be thrown in the trash. So, and I guarantee nobody at the new company is going to want them, because nobody's going to want to go back to XP to use it. No. And it's proprietary equipment in terms of printing. In terms of cutting, it's not. But
yeah,
you know, with all the stuff that they got laser sensors and everything on their cutters now. And Composer won't work with a laser sensor. You're not going to be able to pick up crop marks and all that sort of stuff with it with Composer or the Omega, which is, they're both the same. I keep calling it the two different because there's 2 different versions, but it's
but the crop mark sensor. But I don't do any of the printed, so I'm not really worried about doing the outline cuts of any of the graphics. But
and the crop mark's not a big deal, because then you can just run it through Fine Cut. But in order to use Fine Cut, you have to be using a design software, either CorelDRAW or Illustrator, one of the 2. And if you don't have those, you're screwed. But if you get CS2, you'll be able to use Fine Cut with it. And that's just a matter of sending a CD. And I actually copied it today to make sure it would work, and it actually did work. So I can make another duplicate copy and just send you that.
I'll cut you all soon. I have to shoot off.
Oh,
you're taking off too, TK?
Yeah. It's getting late for me.
Am I boring everybody with sign talk?
No.
Yeah,
I've been up since the crack of dawn.
Oh, yeah, getting late.
Rather than waking up late in the afternoon. And
crack of dawn? It's only 8 o'clock, man. What's your problem, TK? I know, I'm just messing with it.
Right, catch you all again soon. Have a good
one, man.
Okay, where'd it go?
I saw your top today, Tom. That was really cool.
Yeah,
it reminded of one of those big ass tops as a kid, where it had this, you know, the twisted spindle, and you'd sit there and jam it down a bunch of times.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what I was.
That was really cool.
Yeah. The ones that if you dropped them had a little piece of metal that hang off the edge and
They were-
down about to the bone. Yeah.
they were some heavy ass tops, man.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the Tonka toys of tops.
So I was always trying to find some of those old SST cards, you know, with the old nylon ripcord in them, with the weighted wheel in them.
Yeah.
All right, this part might work. Definitely gonna have to redesign it, but
Those and the old outlawed clackers. You remember those things?
Yep. Yeah, they still make them now, but they don't have strings on them. They're attached to hard plastic.
Yeah, well, they got rid of them when they there before because those things were exploding and
Yeah.
pieces were going through kids' eyes and all that kind of crap.
Yeah, they make them out of a different plastic, and instead of string, they're like on a triangle plastic, and they
Yeah.
don't work. They're crap. They don't make good toys anymore.
No, all this safety bullshit. Builds character if you lose an eye, you know?
Yeah.
yeah, kids too.
That's like the old steel lawn jarts, you know?
Yeah, lawn jarts were kind of dangerous.
Hey,
I have
Ricky,
to go with them on that one.
I have not followed chat at all.
There's
Yeah.
Ricky Jr. We thought he
What?
died.
Michael Castle uses Sign Lab, and I've never
Ricky!
used it. I've heard a lot about it,
You
but
want
I
to jump in,
don't know
Mr.
what's
Tanner?
involved.
Hang out and yak with us?
Sign lab?
Yeah, yeah. Have you ever used it?
No.
Ben, I want more people in the chat than watching.
Ask him about it, whether you need a security key or just a disc or what.
Software I've got, you have to have the USB dongle. And
Everything would be done if I had done the freaking motor mount right.
Yeah, I paid over $700 for the software when I bought it years ago.
What?
the LXi8, that was, yeah, expensive stuff.
When that computer crapped out, I said, "There's no way I'm paying a penny for another software."
God damn, I have the best hair of all of you guys. Look at that. Look at that. It's like, it's way out there.
Yeah, you do definitely have the Einstein. This might actually work.
It's just getting more gray with this recent move, man.
It's
It's been, our
Did
heads
you
were
get blindsided
spinning.
with that info?
Oh, yeah, yeah, all of it. In fact, the company that bought us was blindsided too. They didn't know until the day before. Like all their guys that came and moved us, they had no idea it was going to happen. The original, they're building us a new building, and the original plan was that it was going to end up happening in like a month from now.
Yeah.
And then shit just started happening, and our boss apparently couldn't continue and everything else. So it kind of forced his hand to do it this week.
To either do it or don't do it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, they weren't very happy about it. I mean, you know, it is what it is, but you know, everybody's been real accommodating and everything else. So we'll see how it goes. But
Did you have to move very far? Is it farther from home, closer from home?
no, it's not really very far. It's just awkward to get there. There's no direct route. It's only like, as a crow flies, like maybe 2 miles, but you got to drive like 8 miles to get there because the roads go all twisty, curvy around to get to it. And the new building that they're building us at, because we're basically moving into their building temporarily, and then 2 to 3 weeks from now, we'll hopefully be able to move to our building. That's only like 50 yards across the driveway from their current building right now. But they're doing their occupancy permit Monday, and once they get that they can start putting furniture in and junk like that.
Divisions and all that. Yep.
Yeah, yep. So, and I haven't seen the new building, but everybody I've talked to said it's really nice, really well lit, epoxy floors, all that crap. I mean, it's pretty slick.
Yeah, the big thing is a little bit of climate control with those printers.
Oh, it'll be fine in that building. Like I said, where they have us now is just kind of there's no room to fit that large of a printer in much of the space. I mean, they've got one area where they got that sweatshop thing, you know. They got another area where it's all like Heidelberg presses and junk like that runs. There's another area that's all digital printing, but these printers are just, I mean, they're mammoth. I've not seen printers like that before, where they're like freaking 30, 40 foot long.
Yeah.
They're only like 4 or 5 foot wide, you know?
Yeah, but yeah.
And they got them set up in aisles, so you only got like 3 or 4 foot between each printer, and there's one guy operating it or whatever, maybe another guy at the other end collecting them or something like that. But they'll have like 80 of these printers in this giant bay where, you know, 4 off to one side and 4 off to the other, and a 3 foot aisleway in between them. There's no place to stick 60-inch plotters and printers and stuff like that. Hell, they got one printer, they got a Vutech printer that prints something like, God, it's got to be 10 foot wide, where they do these giant banners that they hang off of the sides of buildings and junk like that, skyscrapers and shit. There it is.
It's the top one.
That's the big top. That's one big ass top.
Yes, it is.
And it's not. It could be bigger.
And it's multicolor.
Oh yeah.
Did you print it all one piece, or is it assembled?
No, it's assembled.
Ah, there you go. Okay.
The point pops in and the handle pops in. And then you print the disc.
Right. Cool, man. There's Shalom. What are you up to, Shalom? Shalom aloma ding dong.
Say Shalom. Say next week, Maximilian's going to be printed in Uncle Jesse silver.
Oh yeah, you're the only one that has any of that. I forgot.
Yeah, they got it back in stock.
Yeah, they were just bragging about it today.
Yep, Xylotech has Uncle Jess silver back in stock. They were sending all their emails out. The colors are back in stock.
Nice.
Look at that puppy spin.
I did. These weren't really that great, but
You know what? They're Maddie.
these are that's that carbon fiber PLA. I made some MOSFET brackets out of it.
Cool.
I like the. The surface texture. I mean, it printed very, very nice. And that's at 0.2 millimeter layer height at 60 millimeters per minute.
Yeah, with Kira.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I can make like grooves in this and make it whistle.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know how to
just
do that.
I'm spinning
Oh, there's an idea.
But it's definitely big enough and heavy enough. That's actually 50% of the model. That's not even full size. Full size is like 380 diameter.
Yeah, it can't be too hard, because sometimes when I print things that are kind of hollow, the cooling fan will make it whistle while it's printing it.
Yeah, I've done that when it goes over.
Yeah.
Yep. I just don't know the aerodynamics of making the whistle work.
I know.
How to actually go about it.
Or try to get the right tone or something.
I don't even care about the tone as long as it's obnoxious. That's all I care about. I just want it to be obnoxious.
Be like an air horn.
No, I can't do that. Air horns have to have multiple ports coming with the same air.
Yeah, like an air raid siren with the fixed
Yeah.
and rotating and fixed.
If you guys tried printing that air raid siren, there's a 3D printable air raid siren.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I'll have to just look that up. That'd be
it's
pretty.
like 20 parts because to make it work, the air has to pass through multiple
Right.
heating chambers to make the noise.
Yeah,
Basically, I'm making like 8 whistles, and that's what makes that sound.
yeah. Well, the rotating each stage is a fixed and a rotating, fixed and rotating, fixed and rotating.
Damn, I should know this. I know a guy that's all he does is like maintain and repair those damn things.
Like the tornado sirens and stuff.
Yeah. He's got a boom truck and he just drives around all over the place, maintaining them and testing them and fixing them.
Yeah.
All right. See ya, Shalom, you quitter.
We had the one that and hadn't been used in a long time at the firehouse, and they finally kicked it up, and little did they know that there was a couple of birds nested around it, and it ended up ingesting. And boy, you talk about tear up some veins inside.
Oh, hell yeah. That's like
Well, I gotta get me a black light.
my son's heater. He was complaining that we let him use our old minivan to tool around in now that he's old enough to drive, and he complained one day that the heater wasn't working. It was kind of squealing, and finally I'm like, all right, well, let's see what's wrong. And then it just quit working altogether. It's not blowing any air, and I'm like, all right, well, let's see what's going on. Well, here's the tools, and this is how you do it. And I made him get under, because I can't get underneath the damn dash to get that crap out of there.
No.
He pulls that blower motor out, and there was freaking mouse stuck in it. He didn't break any of the fans on the blower.
Yeah.
But it was all plastic, and so it stripped out on the stem of the thing that was housed on the metal shaft or whatever. Yep. So the shaft was just freewheeling, but that was one hell of a hamster wheel that damn mouse got caught in. And it's funny as hell, man. Been in there. So I told him, I can put, we'll put a new blower in it, and he's going to have to buy it. And it was like $50 or something. He put it in. I told him, now next time you hear that squeal, you shut that damn heater off right away, because you know what it is. Because once you get one mouse in there, the mice will find another way in there again. Yeah, they'll just follow the scent and get back up in there again.
And the only way to get past that is spray it down with hydrogen peroxide to kill it.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know that. We got mothballs all over the damn place.
Oh, no, the hydrogen peroxide is about one of the only things that'll get rid of the scent trail.
I swear, my mechanics must think I'm nuts, because they'll like open the hood of our vehicles, and all they'll see is pantyhose with mothballs in them tied in knots around hoses and shit all throughout the engine bay and crap. Well, when we first moved in here, I had this Miata, and it went like, 6 years without any issues. And the very first week that we moved here, I didn't drive it anywhere because it was parked outside because the garage was packed with boxes and crap. And I went to start my Miata up to move it, pull it in the garage, and it was misfiring. I'm like, what the hell's going on, man? This is weird. I popped the hood and I start looking around, and I see there's big ass nest of leaves and everything else all in this little tunnel off to one side. And that little sucker got in there and chewed the wiring that went into my firewall right at the firewall. So I couldn't even like pull it out to get any slack to resplice it or anything. And I called my dad up, and I'm like, what do I do? And he said, well, you could throw some nail polish on it. That will help insulate that wire. And I did that, and it solved the trick. I don't know what the hell that wire went to. Obviously something with timing or something, but yeah, it solved it. But ever since then, I put all kinds of pantyhose with mothballs in it to keep them from getting in the engine bay.
And the funny thing about it is the pantyhose do the job. Mothballs, they'll walk over them. The new mothballs.
Well, maybe, yeah, I don't know.
The new mothballs don't do anything. They don't have
I still get them. Like, I'll put them at the corners of the garage and corners of the shed, but I still get them getting in there. I don't, but we're rural, man. I mean, you just got to deal with it. I put traps out, and we catch them, and and like in his case, I'm like, just put a freaking trap out, and you'll catch a damn thing, and toss the mouse away when it's done, and keep the trap in there so you can possibly get them.
Every one you catch, there's another 20.
Nothing better than get a freaking cat.
Well, a cat can live in his van, I guess. Yeah. A litter box and a little food tray in there for him. Oh, I guarantee you, yeah. We've got a couple wild cats out at the barn. There's no mice in the barn because they catch them all.
Yeah, there's a reason that all the dairy farms are
I have actually stomped 3 mice in my lifetime since we moved into this house with my boot. They usually don't get in the house, but every once in a while somebody leaves the laundry room door open or the garage door open, and then they end up finding their way in there. But
This thing just spins and spins and spins and spins.
well, that's kind of the goal of a top, Tom.
Spins, spins, spins.
We don't have much of a mouse problem down here, but that's because the snakes take care of them.
You know, ours really isn't as big of a problem, except for when harvest comes, like November. Then all of a sudden, for like a month straight, we just get them like gangbusters.
Yeah, they're trying to get in for the winter.
Yeah, I mean, from like May all the way up until October, we're lucky if we catch one mouse out in the laundry room or out in the garage. But man, between November and like January, we catch like 3 a week. It just gets crazy, especially that first week or two after harvest. Man, we're catching them like every damn day. I mean, it's just nuts.
Yeah. Well, they lose all their ground cover and they lose all their food.
Right.
So they got to go and vacate and go find some place to live that's warm and has shelter.
Yep, shelter so the crows and the birds and hawks and stuff don't catch them.
And all the bobcats and everything else don't get them.
Yeah, we got a few hawks around. I'm surprised that they don't pick up more.
I used to when I was working at the state, we'd mow the big fields. We'd get
Oh,
hawks
yeah.
that would sit in the trees all around the field. And when we start mowing, all the like moles, it was more moles than mice, would like you just see them in like
Yeah.
Yeah,
big herds of them out in front of you when you're mowing the field.
nice.
And them hawks used to just dive right in front of the mower, picking them off.
We get a lot of voles, which is like a mix between a mouse and a mole. Basically, they're like a mouse, but they got a real short, stubby tail, and they got kind of the web feet like a mole has. That's what we mostly get in the house.
Yeah, little gray ones.
Yeah.
They're like a black, almost dark gray. We get them too. Get a lot of them here. The problem with them things is they dig in the ground and they'll chew through well lines.
Yeah.
They'll chew right through the freaking well line to get to the water.
Yeah.
Really?
Right through the plastic lines.
All of a sudden, you'll go out in your yard and there'll be a mole hole with water spurting out of it. And you got no water pressure in your house.
Oh, we've not had that, but we've got like an insert, like a concrete insert that I don't think they can get into. And the line that runs between it and the house is concrete lined, and then it's got PVC conduit or something that we run it through.
You have a little well line running from the well to the house.
Well, but it's in concrete shell.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's
So that's where you're cut off.
almost like a tile or something. I don't know what.
Yeah,
the hell they
yeah,
end up
that's
doing.
yeah.
Why do you do that? I've never seen that.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know if it's an
Probably for that
Indiana
reason.
thing because the soil's so clay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the deal is. I never had a well until I bought this house, and I was like, oh, okay, that's because I had to replace the well line just because it deteriorated where it hit at the head.
Yep.
And when I yanked it, I had more like dirt and water that ended up going down that hole, plugging that hole. But when I pulled the line out, it kind of broke a lot of that free or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that they never got in there, surprisingly. They get in every damn thing else.
Yeah, I know. I am not looking forward to popping my well. My hot water tank went, 3 months ago. My cold water tank went this month.
Oh, crap.
I installed that. So that means the well's about ready to pop. And I've got a submersible pump.
Ours was replaced in 1991, I think.
Oh, boy, you better have it pulled and replace it now.
I know.
20 years, baby. That's it.
I know. It was struck. His was struck by lightning. He had the receipts for it for when he had it replaced.
Yeah.
And get this, it's 100-foot line that he ran.
Yeah,
That well's like 100 foot deep.
It's nothing. You can pull 100 feet easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my ass, you can pull. You ain't pulling it by hand, man. Then you got to build that freaking trebuchet or whatever the hell above it, whatever the hell you do, and then get a winch and shit to try to get it broke loose and start yanking it up.
Oh.
Oh my freaking god, dude!
Just pull the well line with it. You pull it up with the well line.
I sure as hell ain't doing it in winter
No, I wouldn't.
unless I have to.
That's why I'm watching my cold water tank. Even though I had a new one, I just haven't put it
Yeah.
in yet. It's a major production to do it here.
That
Yeah.
1-inch plastic will break like nobody's business in this frigid ass weather.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about it breaking. I just don't want to do it. It's fucking cold. That's
Hey
all.
guys, I'm gonna have to get out of here. The wife's home from work, so we're gonna kick back for a while.
Okay,
All right.
have a good one.
All right, catch up with you later.
See ya.
I'm assuming you have a submersible, right?
Yeah, ours is submersible.
So if it was 98,
Jet
It's
something or
under-
other. It's like a 1.5 horse. I can't remember what the hell it was. I'd have to look.
That's kind of big.
Look at the
3/4
big-
one.
Yeah, it's a 1-inch line that runs up to the house.
Yeah, so it's a 3/4 or one horse. I doubt
Yeah,
it's-
ours on the mountain, we had their damn well was 245 foot.
yeah.
That was down there.
You want a horse and a half.
Wow, that's pretty damn deep. Around here, a lot of houses are not that deep. I mean, they're pretty shallow. They're like 30 to 50 foot tops.
Mine's about 150, 200 feet.
Yeah. Down here in South Carolina, everything's about 60 to 100 foot.
Ours is not good though. We get a lot of sediment in it. I mean, I'm changing the damn sediment filter out every month. A buddy of mine, he's got a nice bedrock of shale right above his well. He doesn't get any of that crap in any of his water.
We had a lot of people get natural gas in their water.
So
Oh,
you
really? Wow.
Yeah.
Sand or are you getting algae?
I don't get algae. It's dirt. It's like a rust dirt,
Yeah.
and our water's really
You-
rusty. I use the rust out for salt for the softener or whatever.
Your pump is too low in the well, so you're
Too
pulling
low.
out of the well.
Just yank it up a few feet or something, or what?
Not even just like a foot.
Okay.
You just got to pull it up when you go. You know, I'd replace that if it was in the 90s. I'd be freaking looking at replacing that first thing in the spring.
Yeah, it's one of those back burner things that I've been putting
Yeah,
off,
well, the problem is,
hoping it doesn't crap out in the wintertime.
yeah. Well, the thing is it always craps out at the least opportune time.
Yeah, I
That's no easy thing to do.
Right.
You know, it's a full day. It's not even that hard. It really isn't that hard to do. It's just time consuming. It's a lot of freaking work to do it.
How do you get it broke loose and actually get that line to come up?
It'll come right up.
Well, grab it, pull it up.
Yeah. Yep. We used to just put the tripod with the wheel on it.
Yep.
Run it, hook it to it, wrap it, and just pull.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, it'll pull right up.
I was thinking you get all kinds of dirt and corrosion, whatever,
No,
down that damn
No.
casing.
Oh, most all this
that
dirt
pipe
and
in
there.
corrosion,
Stainless
everything
steel,
will be
it ain't
below it, not
gonna-
above.
Okay.
Now they're usually not that bad. Like I said, usually the weight of the pump and the wire and stuff, that's the only thing you have to overcome.
Right. Yeah.
We put up the tripod and then hook it to it and do a couple of tie lines and do a crossbar just so
Yeah.
know,
You want to make sure it doesn't end up slipping back down and falling back down on you, and then you lose it.
My
entirely.
shoulder and walk away. It just yanks it up. I have a fully sleeved one though, because I actually have a pressure cap on mine. We hit a spring, so I have I can lose my pump, and I still have like 5 pounds of pressure in my house.
Yeah, I have a tank. I mean, we have the tank for it. A buddy of
No.
mine got one.
My well is pressurized. I hit a spring. If I don't,
you got your
Oh, I see
artesian,
what
I
you're
have
saying.
water shooting up out of the ground.
yeah, you got an artesian well.
Okay, I see what you're saying now. A buddy of mine got one, and it's on demand type deal. Like it doesn't fill a pressure tank or anything. He ends up when it needs water, like when you flip the faucet open, then the pump just runs and pumps water up to.
And
The house
it's
for that.
so bad for the pump.
I'm guessing, yeah, because you could have really short runs.
Well, that's it. You just crack it and it kicks the pump on.
Yeah.
You just crack it again and kicks the pump on until it rebuilds pressure. It's a
Okay, here's what most people don't know. Turning the pump on and turning the pump off does more damage than running
Right.
it 30 minutes straight.
Right. It's like an HVAC motor. You don't want it constantly cycling because it's a startup and the shutdown. It's
Yeah,
if it's
startup,
constantly
shutdown.
running, yeah, it's no big deal. But
Every startup and every shutdown does more damage than 30 minutes of running. So
yeah,
the bigger your tank is, the more, the pressure tank is, the
right.
more you can fill up. You're better off running that thing for 15, 20 minutes than turning it on and off and on and off and on and off and on and
Right. Right.
That's why everything's going. I have a 40-gallon tank now, and I just bought an 88. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, I think ours is like 30 or 40. It's got to
Yeah,
be maybe a 30-gallon tank. It doesn't look like it's all that big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of
bigger
them.
ones you get, the more even your pressure is in the house. You don't get that fluctuation as much.
Right.
with a bigger tank.
I got to redo my water lines anyways, because dumbasses, they have a 1 inch going in. They got a 3/4 inch coming out, basically.
That's normal.
And then they drop to a 1/2 inch and then teed off from the 1/2 inch to the kitchen to the bathroom. Why the hell didn't they? Why didn't they tee 3/4
Because you don't want
and then drop it to 1/2 inch?
then you have to waste more water to get it to your source. You actually want 1/2 inch. You want a trunk coming off of your cold to your hot. You want to feed your hot with 3/4. Out of your hot, you want 3/4 to your first tee. After that, you want to do 1/2 inch.
Right.
On the hot side. Because when you open the hot faucet, if the bigger that pipe is, the longer your hot water tank has to push the water to get to you. If it's 3/4 inch, you're basically doubling the amount of water you have to pump up there before it gets to your faucet. You want to trunk. I trunked mine. I put a 1 inch pipe out of my cold water tank to my filter. Out of my filter, I dropped a 1 inch to my hot water tank. 3/4 out of my hot water tank. My cold is 1 inch all the way because I don't care about cold. My cold, I have a 10-foot line with all my tees 1 inch, 1/2 inch off the 1 inch line. But then my hot water is, I've got a 3/4 tank or tee that's about 8 feet long. Everything feeds 1/2 inch off of that.
I mean, I guess I see what you're saying there, but so basically I have 3/4 coming into the hot water tank, 3/4 coming out, and then it's maybe 6 foot tops. It comes out of the top of the hot water tank, drops down, goes into my crawl space, 2 foot into my crawl space. Everything drops to a 1/2 inch, and then it tees off.
Yeah, you should carry the 3/4 to the first tee. The very first branch off is when you want to go to 1/2 inch in every direction.
Right, but what I'm telling you is that it drops to 1/2 inch and then it tees.
And
So,
then
It really doesn't matter. All that is the supply and demand.
it does matter, because if somebody's taking a shower and the dishwasher's running, then you lose water pressure really bad in the shower. Versus if they teed it 3/4 inch,
but you're still
and then drop to a 1/2 inch for each of those supplies.
You're still gonna. That would alleviate some of it, but you're still gonna. If you have two sources drawing off the hot water at the same time, the pressure is going to drop in both sources. No ifs or buts about it.
Yeah, but 3/4 inch is going to damn near give you almost twice the volume as 1/2 it. Not quite, but almost twice as much as
twice the volume. Twice the volume, a third the pressure supply. The larger the volume, the lower the pressure supply.
All right, if you say so, man. But I would have thought
you still get a volume of water, but your pressure drops. That's the problem. The larger it is, the less pressure maintained. Yeah, I always used to think that too. I was like, "Oh man, you want 3/4 all through the house?" The plumber's like, "No,
no, I wouldn't do 3/4 all through the house, not at all. But I would do 3/4 T and then drop it to 1/2 inch, because the kitchen isn't going to need any more than 1/2 inch, and the bathroom's not going to need any more than 1/2 inch.
Right.
But if I'm going to split it off, I'd rather split it off at 3/4 and then drop to 1/2, because then I know that, okay, if the kitchen's using water, I still have 3/4 going through the other half of the T that can supply the other 1/2 inch line that goes to the bathroom.
It sounds good, but it doesn't actually work that way.
Okay.
I mean, it's good. It's better. Like I said, it should be out of your hot water tank. It should be 3/4 inch for the very first tee. And the very first tee off, everything should go to 1/2 inch from there.
Right.
And you're best if you can have all of your tees within that first 6 or 8 feet. You can branch everything you can off in 6 feet.
Yeah, everything's. It can't be 8 foot. I mean, it's only a foot or two into the crawl space when it starts branching off into separate lines and everything. And
No,
shit, I mean, that tank is only 4 foot tall, so yeah, it can't be more than 8 foot. I guarantee it's got to be between 6 and 8.
It's like mine. They brought the hot waters on the front side of the house on the one end, and all the showers and bathrooms are 80 foot that way.
Oh shit.
So the bathroom here and then the hot water heater is 80 foot that way.
Yeah,
No, we have about maybe 30 foot is our longest run to the bathroom, to the main bath.
Yeah, 80 foot.
bathrooms here. They're all the hot water tank and the bathrooms are all stacked right up above it, and then the kitchen's off just to one side.
Oh, that's nice.
So
But the worst thing about it is where the water comes in is about dead center in the house, where the water comes in off the street.
Yeah.
Then it goes 40 foot that way, and it goes down in the water heater, and then it comes back 80 foot.
it's freaking stupid.
See, Mike Castle says that he's got a tankless gas, which I thought would be really cool, except if you go electric, man, you got a shit ton of amperage you need to be able to handle on that.
You don't work electric.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be switching over.
And propane for me is just a pain in the butt to try to hook everything up.
We get
That's why natural gas. I won't do a tankless electric. If you're gonna go electric, get a heat pump.
Yeah.
Don't get a regular tank anymore. I just put a heat pump in. Oh my god, I can already see the power savings. Not only that, it air conditions my basement, dries it out, dehumidifies it.
But
The dry
Yeah.
when I get the extra cash, it's going to be water comes in. That's going to split and go both ways. It's going to go down. There's going to be a demand natural gas heater down that end, and one up on this end.
There you go. Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea.
If you got gas or propane, definitely go tankless.
Yes.
If you're going electric, get a heat pump.
How long do they last? Because now they've been around like 20 years. So I mean, do they last longer than a regular water heater
Oh yeah, the Bosch tankless.
without getting like corroded and crap?
Oh yeah, yeah.
No,
They don't hold any sediment like a normal one.
20 years. They still burn out in 20 years. Some sooner.
Yeah.
Are they?
They generally don't drop in efficiency.
I've already replaced tankless heaters that we've put in.
When I first started looking at them, they were like twice the price of a water heater, and they lasted the same time. It's like 10 years you get out of them. That's why I was curious what they're at now.
They give you a lot of energy.
Okay.
They pay for themselves in the first like 5-6 years.
Yeah, with the cost savings.
Are they still like
If you
under?
already have gas.
Are they still
Installing
like?
gas to get a tankless isn't worth it unless you already have gas in the house.
Yep.
Are they still like under the counter mounts, or do you gotta like? Are they bigger boxes where you gotta stick them in a crawl space or something like that?
Depends on how much volume you want to supply.
Yeah.
If you want
I
to
mean-
supply a kitchen sink, you can mount it under the sink. If you want to supply your shower, you need a wall unit.
All depends on the flow.
Yeah, how much flow you want, how much,
But now they got them so efficient, you don't even need but a PVC pipe to run the exhaust out.
it's running the gas. Getting the gas guy to come in here and do it all legal and have it all plumbed in and then feed the gas line in. And I don't know if you'd have city gas or if you'd have to put a tank, but install
No, I got propane.
way.
I'm rural, dude. I got propane. I got well water. I don't have any city anything other than taxes.
Yeah, you're the same as us. We're 100% electric here, which is a not a good thing, but
Out here, I wouldn't like it because electric out here is really pricey. Propane, I'm not real fond of because it fluctuates so much, but you know,
Right
it is
now,
what it is.
electric heat's cheaper than anything else in the United States.
Yeah.
Which is the first ever. It's always been more expensive to run electric heat, but right now in the last like 2 years, electric heat's actually been cheaper than gas or oil. But it's not generally. It's just because the gas prices have been going up and down so much.
What about
I
tax?
don't know about you guys, but gas prices around here are way down. They're like 50 cents lower than they have been.
Propane's actually been down the past 2 years from when we were buying it before.
Yeah, well, you're getting all the green PC
helpful.
people that are trying to undo gas. So,
But I mean, you know, 5 years from now, it could be twice the price as electric. That's what I don't like about gas is that every year it changes, it fluctuates.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah,
gotten
electric
lucky the past couple of
Basically
years.
stays the same.
There's enough natural gas production now through the East Coast that it's going to be pretty stable for quite a few years.
I hope so, yeah. What about PEX? You ever mess with that, Tom?
What, PEX?
PEX,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Everything is PEX now. I don't even
Okay.
touch copper if I don't have to.
Really? Okay.
If I get a pinhole leak, I cut the copper, I snap a shark bite on there, and I go from PEX there on out.
Yeah, those shark bites are pretty nice. I know.
They
I'm
are-
a little concerned about the mice and rodents and shit, whether they could end up chewing through that PEX
Well,
and crap. But that
no,
concerns me
PEX
a
is
little.
treated so they
Is it
won't.
really?
Yeah.
PEX is treated so it tastes like crap to them.
Ah, nice. So it's like
Well, they
formaldehyde
won't
or something
chew.
like that. Yeah.
Nope.
Cool. Maybe I'll look into that because then it'd be a hell of a lot easier to just run whatever, and I could just put a freaking manifold in the laundry room and be done with it. I don't have to dick around with teeing shit off and shut-offs everywhere and all that junk. Yeah.
Well, that's it. You can
They're all
run a
snapping.
manifold and run separate runs so you don't lose pressure.
Well, then, and if I go with the direct heat type deal, tankless, have it all there, have it all there in one spot. What the hell is going on there?
That's pretty cool. Is that the one you just finished printing?
Yeah.
I like that.
That's cool.
Is this a wing mat?
Wingmat, yeah.
Thank you, man.
I have to, apparently I have a big head, so I got to stretch this a little bit with the heat gun. Yeah.
I'm going to have to buy one of it. I'm going to buy the file.
It's free. It's no charge.
Oh, I've seen a thing there. I was going to donate. I'd
I think
rather
it's on my mini factory and Thingiverse.
So
Oh,
you're on natural gas, I'm assuming, Michael? In chat, he's saying that his gas bill dropped $20 a month.
yeah. They just went through and they're starting to go through and do the hookups. If you switch over, they'll do the hookups and all the testing and stuff for free. So
Oh, that's nice.
Oh yeah, if you get the pipeline right down the street, you get a discount because the pipeline's right down the street.
yeah. Well, they've got such a surplus of gas. They're just looking for people to actually switch over to use gas appliance.
No chance in hell anybody's coming around here with that offer to us, but
See, that's why we actually get a discount on electric because we're in the danger zone of the. That's why we went all electric. The
I get,
nuclear power plant's 3 miles away, so we actually get a discount for electric because of we're in the danger zone of it.
yeah.
So we get I think we're paying, I don't know, like 7 or 8 cents a kilowatt. Most people are in the low teens.
Yeah.
It's cheap, man. 7-8 cents.
Yeah.
Where I grew up was like 10 miles from Niagara Falls, and everybody used to have real cheap electric back like when my parents were growing up, like when my parents were 30 years old.
Yep.
But nowadays it's expensive as hell because now they're selling their power to the whole freaking eastern seaboard. So they're footing the bill for everybody else. I mean, it's goofy.
Well,
you would think that they would have it cheap as hell out there, but no.
Niagara Falls, that they send about 80% of what they produce goes into Canada.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, they power all New York City. They power, I mean, New Jersey, all that, and Canada, and all kinds of crap. Yeah, but there's so much freaking power that they can draw from that damn reservoir there, the gorge after the falls. It's
The
just
problem
nuts.
is it's Canadian owned. It's off in Canada. Do you realize that the U.S. 30% of our electricity comes from Canada? The U.S. is not producing enough electricity to cover its own draw.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know where the hell the border is on that thing. I mean, we used to always go swim in the gorge as kids, and you knew you didn't want to get caught up in it because, like after the falls, the water is only like you could go out 50 foot, and that thing has got to be 200 yards, 300 yards across.
Yeah.
But you can go out 50 foot, and it's only like 3 foot deep, but the water's moving so fast, it's not funny. And a mile down the way, then it goes in through the turbines and all that junk, which is the generators and all that stuff. But I didn't know if it was Canada owned or American owned.
That's all
I,
you.
I always assumed it was U.S.
The problem is our biggest supplier of power in the U.S. right now is nuclear power, and all of them are more than 20 years old, and they're all serviced 3 to 4 months every year. So they're completely shut down. Like Millstone right now is completely shut down. They're painting it. They have to every 2 or 3 years they have to re-lead line the whole building.
Go OSHA.
Huh? Well, no, that's actually a good thing. But they lead line the building. They go in with the paint and they paint the whole building in lead paint.
Yeah.
Everything, walls, doors, everything gets lead lined. That's what they're doing right now.
Make sure your kids don't chew on it, because
Yeah, the stuff they put on there is 100% pure lead too.
Yep. Well, it's a liquid base with the paint, but yeah, it's real lead that they're painting on there.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Actually, because she plays security guard. They pay her. This is the 3rd year in a row they've done it. They do a section of the building every 3 years.
I think Jake's all excited to join the chat and talk about power.
I'm
Natural
sorry.
gas
I'm
and
not even
electric.
looking or listening to you. Really sorry. I'm in a window slicing.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you want me to preach? Go solar. There you go. There's my.
Oh, I would love to go solar if it wasn't so
Not
damn
plug.
expensive out here to do it.
But well, if you live in a place where you have high electricity bills, high kilowatt hour, charges, and it's extra worth it.
And I looked into doing wind. Go ahead.
Who are you?
Do solar cheaper if you're willing to lease your roof.
Well, yeah. I mean, the benefit of
electrical
leasing.
companies, depending on the state and the permits and everything. But there's a bunch of electrical companies because it was a federal law. It was one of the good things about Obama was he was making the electrical companies, if you're willing to put solar on your roof, the electric company puts it on and they lease your roof from you.
That's what the big companies do. I mean, not just the government. Yeah, big companies like Sunrun, Tesla,
Duke.
Basically, your draw off of those solar panels is your lease charge. They don't pay you anything. If you draw off of those solar panels, whatever you draw or whatever they create is a discount to you.
Right.
Yeah, well, you're not paying for equipment up front. So the solar company or the government, whoever it is, owns the system. They maintain it for 20 years. However long it takes, because they're the ones getting paid.
Get a 10-year contract.
But the benefit with that is, say you have a $300 a month electricity bill. From day one, say you don't even cover your whole usage, but you cover a good portion of it. You knock your bill down to $100 a month. You're saving $200 a month from day one without paying for any equipment.
Put panels on your roof.
But they'll take care of the panels and your roof. So if you need a new roof, they'll replace the roof.
Out here in Connecticut, the roof is your responsibility.
Yeah, that's not out here. Like out here, we don't have an option. Like if we put wind or solar or anything, our electric company will not buy back anything. If we have no, they won't.
That seems odd.
And
federal law.
The person to talk to is actually John Mack, because he just went and spent like $40,000 putting all those solar panels in, and to see what sort of return he's getting on his investment for it.
Right. Well, the company is going to write off the cost to replace the roof also. So they're not just writing off the solar; they're writing off the improvements to the property due to having to install solar. That's actually a tax write-off. So even if you need like structural upgrades, like if your roof can't handle the weight, that you can write that off also as part of the solar tax credit.
You can write it off, but they can't. You have to do it.
Right.
I guess
it's a one-time write-off, right?
There has to be to code for them to put the supports in and mount the. You have to pay for all the mounting structure. They just put the panels in.
Not the majority of it. Not that I know of, and I've been working in the industry for about 15 years.
See, that's state to state. The states regulate that.
I don't know how it works. All I know is like 4 years ago, we got a letter saying if you want to do wind, solar, whatever, you're more welcome to do it, but it has to be tied into or it has to be completely separate for our system. Yeah. And if it's tied into our system, we have to come out and inspect it, and we will not buy back any extra voltage that we create in that situation.
If you have an overage, they
Take it up with Indiana, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, Indiana, we don't do business in Indiana.
Hendrick
I don't think
Power
Indiana.
Cooperative. I mean, I
think
don't.
Indiana's giving something.
That is a federal law. The power companies have to buy back anything you pour back into the grid.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think that would be the case, but it wasn't an option for us from
They
everything
do
that I read that they sent us.
They do have the right to shut you off. They do have the right to inspect and make sure. Basically, what they don't want you to do is, let's say you have a storm and you don't have a proper hookup. When they go in, like the linemen are working on the lines.
Yeah, you don't want to backfeed into the
Yeah,
system.
but you see, you're thinking.
They
I mean,
don't want you feeding into the line that they thought was dead.
Right.
So they get to inspect everything. They have to put their shutoffs on it wherever it meets the road.
that depends also on the utility, but the inverters are they're capable of not feeding back power.
Right.
To the grid.
Right, and that's the way I read it, was that, you know, we don't want to create a safety hazard for our line workers. So if you want to do stuff on your own, that's fine, but it has to be separate from our lines. If you want to tie it into our lines, that's fine also, but we'll inspect it. But we're not buying back anything that you produce that you're not using.
Yeah, sure. I mean, even though it may be federal law, you know, that the power companies have to buy electricity back, it doesn't mean that your local jurisdictions are going to allow it. You know, they're going to take precedent over federal anyway. So it's you have the utility and the AHJ to deal with, you know, besides the federal stuff.
I looked at doing wind, because out here we get a lot of wind, and it would be I guarantee you if I put a windmill up, I could freaking power my house and probably another 10 houses on the block doing it.
Windmills are actually more efficient because they're 24 hours a day.
They're very efficient, except the windmill, and the windmills are fairly cheap. I mean, it's like 50, I think when I looked into it, it was like 15 to 20 grand for the windmill. Unfortunately, it was like 70 to 80 grand for the fucking tower to put. I'm sorry,
foundation.
Yeah, the tower is the one that kills you.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I started doing the math on it. What am I paying electric per month now? And if I was paying $0 per month, it would still take me like 20, 30 years to recoup on my investment. And unfortunately, the windmill has to be maintained like every 10 or 15 years, and I would have to have it brought down and motor windings redone and junk like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem with wind and how it goes. You have moving parts. Solar, you don't got nothing.
But and it's mechanical, so I guess I could see your point, Matt. Where if you had solar, you don't have as much mechanical. You just go up and clean your panels off, and you're good to go again.
Yeah, even if that. I mean, like you hear talks of solar lasting 20, 25 years. I mean, that's all true. Those panels will last for a very long time. The inverters you probably will have to replace after 8 to 10 years. But
here's the big thing. I got a friend that went all solar and wind and everything up in Vermont. He was off the grid in Vermont when he built his house.
Off grid is totally different. I mean,
what people don't realize is the solar isn't all that expensive. It was fairly cheap. It paid for itself in the general thought of the panels and everything. But when you're off the grid, the big expense was the batteries.
Batteries,
right?
Batteries have to be replaced. The battery bank was $10,000.
Oh yeah.
Didn't tell him. Is they have to replace them every 3 years.
Right. Yeah. Like these cars are coming out with.
So
gas generators and stuff as far as backup goes, and that's still more efficient than solar. But if you live on the shore where if there's a big storm and you can't get gas, then solar is worth it, you know?
Yeah.
So battery backup. But
well, he was on the side of it.
Looking into the solar because I've got a 100-foot roof surface that's pointing right to the sun all day long.
Yeah.
And I just haven't found a company that's halfway decent to come out and do them.
I get nervous about putting all that crap on my roof, man.
South Carolina, they want you to come up with a lot of this cash on, being disabled and stuff. It just But the tax breaks, what does it mean? Well, if you're going to be paying a tax, the only problem is being disabled. I don't get tax.
No, you can't do it. It's not for you, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sucks, but that's how it is. If you don't have any tax liability, then it's
not worth it. Yeah.
Are you military?
Was military, veteran.
You're a veteran. There's a grant for veterans to do power, both wind and through the feds. It'll probably take you 6 months. Do a search for the grant. they pay for like 70% of it if you're a veteran, especially if you're a disabled veteran. They'll pay to put the solar panels on.
That may be an option. Are you planning on staying there until you're like dead
Oh,
and
this is the last house I'll ever be in.
Yeah, it might be worth it a little bit.
Yeah, that, and I was looking into plug power systems out of Schenectady.
Yeah, I heard of them.
Schenectady, New York. Wow.
Yep, Schenectady, New York.
It'll take some digging, but we disabled veterans and what's that House for Hope or whatever it is there, where they build the houses for the poor people or
Habitat.
Habitat for Humanity.
humanity.
Yeah.
They get wicked discounts on solar and wind too when they build a house.
Oh, I go down and buy all my LED bulbs right through Habitat because, I mean, I got 4 packs of the floodlights for $10.
Yeah.
We've got a few of those stores around us too, where they we used to do a lot of donation work. So we would do their signs and junk like that whenever they build a new house, and you know what family it is, who the sponsors are, and all that sort of junk. And they give us some discounts on junk. But yeah, now they've got these Habitat for Humanity stores.
Yeah, the restores.
Yeah, the restores. That's what they're called. Yeah, and we've got a few of them where you can go down there and get some antique stuff, and you know, even just not necessarily antique stuff, but I mean decent furniture and stuff. It's like a Goodwill for house stuff.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
this one, Shaw Air Force Base, they were replacing all their offices and stuff. So they tore everything down, and everything they had that was good, they gave it to the restore.
Right. Yeah.
So we were getting, you know, office chairs, real nice office chairs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
$500-$600 office chairs for $25.
Doors, cabinets, fixtures,
Doors,
sinks,
cabinets.
closet, I mean, all kinds of junk. I mean,
Fans,
furniture. Yeah.
gas stoves, because they had some of the old the on-base housing that they tore down and put up new on-base. They had all the gas stoves and cabinets and just tons of good stuff.
I gotta tell you, man, my hair is even better than Matt's. Sorry, dude. I win.
What's night now?
Hey, tomorrow this one's
open the damn camera, and I'm like, holy crap! I do look like Einstein.
this is getting buzzed off tomorrow.
I'm gonna cut mine. I got nothing to do tomorrow. We got 5 to 8 inches of snow and 40 mile an hour winds, and that I guarantee you that 40 mile an hour wind is going to turn 5 inches into 3 foot real quick in my freaking driveway.
Yeah, my brother's down in PA, and they're expecting 18 to 24 inches.
I got a 600-foot driveway, and I guarantee you some spots will be completely bare. I'll be able to see the grass in my lawn and the gravel in my driveway, and other spots will be 3 foot freaking tall.
Yep.
And I can go out there and plow it, and an hour later it'll be all drifted right over again. I'm so screwed. And then Sunday it's supposed to get really frigid. I got to get out there and plow it before it freezes over.
You don't got any paste or snow fence to put up?
Oh, dude, I've tried snow fence, and it's not even funny. I have a 50-acre field to my west.
Oh,
I mean, if I did snow fence, I would have to do like
you'd have to put away.
It would have to be like 1,000 yards worth of snow fence all the way around, and then it never fails. If I put snow fence out, then the wind comes out of the north or the south instead of the west, and then I'm screwed there too.
Yeah, the fence on the other side.
Oh man, it's horrible. It just whips up, and the minute it hits the house, it just buffets and rolls, and then it just freaking drifts and drops, and I'm screwed. Honestly, what I need is a tractor, but then I need a building to store the tractor in, so I don't have either of those.
You can get a nice ATV with a plow on it.
One of these days, dare to dream. I've got a neighbor that has a tractor, so he comes over and hopefully plows me out. But if it ices over Sunday, I'm so screwed.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go out and I'll run it down and I'll plow it and we'll shovel it and all that sort of stuff. Honestly, I mean, it's 600-foot of drive, but usually we only ever shovel like 200-foot tops because you get bare spots and then you get high spots. But if it ices over, we're done for like 2 or 3 days. Normally, I wouldn't give a shit, except for we just moved our whole damn business to another building, and everybody's waiting on me to come in on Monday to set everything up.
Yeah.
I got to get out of the driveway on Monday. there's a church down the road that I thought about parking my car at, but the way the wind's supposed to be blowing and everything, they're probably going to get drifted in. I can't even park there and expect to walk down there and hop in my car. I don't know that I'll be able to get out of their driveway either. I'm just screwed either way. And if I leave it on the side of the road, it's going to be like Ed's truck where it just gets hammered by a snowplow like a can opener. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
What do you want? A little lot?
I'm sorry.
How big of a lot do you have?
I got 8 acres.
Well, then just park the car somewhere else.
Somewhere else.
Right up on the lawn.
Oh, I guess technically, yeah, I could end up pulling it up to the end of the drive, and then I would just have to, if they plow our road, I could end up shoveling out there. That's actually when we were talking about the solar power stuff. I got 5 acres out back that are south facing. Rather than put a bunch of solar panels on my roof, if I could afford it, I'd do like John Mack style and just make a solar farm.
Yeah.
And put them out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I don't care about cutting that grass. If it was up to me, I'd love to dig a pond back there and make a bass fishing pond or something, shooting range across the pond and all that stuff. But it's just,
if you do the farm, they can put them on the rotating pole so it faces the sun all day long.
oh, there's nothing blocking the view.
Well, that's my point. Is they can make them directly face. They rotate the pole.
I guess I could rotate it
to the sun,
east to west, but yeah, I mean there's nothing that would actually block any of it. I could get better efficiency, I guess, pointing it east to west throughout the day, but if I just left them south facing,
yeah, no, there's a definite difference between a direct facing and an angle facing.
okay. Then I got to run power out there. Power coming back is one thing. Power running out there so that I guess are they self-sufficient where you can actually power it so that the motors will turn based off the solar power that they gain?
Their own motors.
Okay.
Yeah, most of them have a little battery backup that's recharged all the day, and that's for the tracking motors.
It's a tiny little motor.
Yeah, it's not
It doesn't take much, even though it's a big panel. It doesn't take much because it moves so damn slow.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're balanced.
I think Matt needs to chime in on this idea.
Yeah.
What's that?
I want to make if I go solar, I'll do a solar farm that all faces south, and they're telling me get these panels that rotate left to right, east to west.
You're gonna need deal with moving parts.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with Matt. I am totally with Matt on that one.
That's gonna require some maintenance.
Yeah. Because if something breaks down, then I'm screwed.
I mean, it depends. If you're just doing a couple of pole mounts, maybe, but if you're going to do a farm, if you're not a utility, you're not paying for that.
If it breaks down facing west, then I'm screwed the whole first half to the middle of the day, right?
Yeah, partially. They still pick up ambient light.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, no, actually,
Every
if you're going to do the tilting ones, you can get the curved amorphous, which they're not as efficient as flat panels.
because get this one. When I worked at the state park, they put these humongous, like 16-foot tall by 8-foot wide, rotating panels in, solar panels, for the septic system.
Yeah, just to cover one little load.
Huh? No, just to cook the septic, to break down the septic.
Oh, really? To heat it?
Yeah, there's little heating coils inside the septic tanks. That's all they do. They heat the septic in this like
yeah.
A lot of people put in solar
and pumps out the tanks.
Yeah, a lot of people put in solar to like heat their driveways. They just run radiant heating up and down before they pour, and their walkways. And they'll de-ice
panels, all that money, and all it's doing is cooking this shit inside the tank. It basically dehydrates it. It takes the water out.
Yeah, probably evaporates some of it.
Yeah. then a fertilizing company comes in and pays them once a year, and they come in and they pump the tanks out.
All the way.
And it's all like dry, powdery stuff instead of being sludge like you normally get. But all those panels, all that money, and they're not juicing the building any. So, like, at least run the lights.
Well, also the thing is when AHJs do that, they're usually doing it with grants, so it's just free money anyway.
One thing I will say is, the same company came in, and they put the solar tubes in. I don't know if you've ever seen these things. It's like a little dome in your roof. It's only about a foot wide, and then it's just like a sauna tube. If you guys know what a sauna tube is.
Yeah,
No,
Oh my God! It can be like dim outside, and you go into that room, and that little bit of light from the dim hits that thing. That room underneath it, it pretty much just slams right underneath it. It's blindingly bright. It's ridiculous how much light those things generate. We put 4 of those in each one of the bathrooms in the ceilings, and we never turned the lights on since they did it. Not once. Even at dusk, it was still illuminated in the rooms.
Yeah, those light tubes are kind of a nice little thing.
Yeah, they just like blast light down into the room.
What
If
are
I
you
were
guys
doing
talking
anything
about?
again, I'd put those in now. I've actually been thinking about putting them in here.
Spinning light
Don't
tubes like a
go too bright,
disco ball?
huh?
What are you guys talking about? Spinning disco ball?
No,
It's a
it's a solar light, but all it is really is a skylight with a special shaped dome. The dome has to be this perfect shape. Okay. And then
Okay.
it's basically a 1 foot tube coming through your roof into your whatever room, through the roof line.
Oh, okay. I know. I think I know what you're talking about.
But the way that dome is shaped, and it's got like a mirroring, reflectory surface on it,
Right.
it absorbs all the sunlight and shoots it down the tube.
makes it to the internal rooms.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, that light is like blasting.
Except for hole in your roof.
Look
I'm
out,
not a big,
right in
not
the
a
room.
big fan of holes in roofs.
No, me neither, but believe me, skylights are nice, but they're a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
The natural light's kind of nice. Man.
It can be a pain in the ass.
Natural light is pretty cool during the day.
Yes, I'll take natural light over.
At night, it's not so cool.
No.
It was kind of a joke. Sorry.
Natural light's cool at night.
Okay, if you say so. Well, actually, it kind of is. If you can see the stars and stuff, yeah, it's all right.
Or if you live in Alaska where it's like, light out for like a month straight.
This is true, yeah.
It just goes around. The sun never moves. It's always right there.
We forget about that stuff where guys go, they go through freaking 4 months of daylight all the time or something. Yeah.
So I think it's 30 days is the longest. Pretty sure. I'm not positive.
I don't know. It's a hell of a lot longer than what we go through. That's for damn sure.
It's so weird though, because you think about it, the farther north you go, the shorter your day is until you get to a point where it's all day.
Yeah. Or all night, depending on what time of year it is. Yeah.
Yeah. What season you're at.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, my days are too short here, boy. The sun is coming up wicked late, and it's going down. God,
I noticed tonight coming home,
lunchtime and the sun's going.
it's starting to come up. It's starting to be a little bit lighter. It's actually been kind of a nice winter because normally, man, like December, January, you're driving to work in the dark and you're coming home in the dark. Tonight is actually a little bit light coming home at 6:30. It was kind of nice.
I hate that, going to work in the dark and coming home in the dark.
Well,
And
in
you're
my
working
old
for hours
office,
in the dark.
my office at my shop, I don't have any windows, so I have no idea like what the weather's out unless it gets really bad storming and I can hear it. I have no idea if it's raining, sunny, cloudy, whatever.
That would drive me nuts.
Oh, I
I
got
got
a smoke break or something like
I
that.
have to know what's going.
Yeah.
I need natural sunlight.
Yeah, the new shop I'll have windows where I can actually see what's going on outside. That'll be kind of nice.
I don't even care what's going on outside. I just need natural sunlight. I have to have natural sunlight.
I don't blame you.
I get depressed without it.
Which is probably why, like, Alaska has a huge alcoholism rate and suicide rate because they go through those periods of no sunlight whatsoever.
Yeah, in the winter, stuck in the old cabin fever thing.
Yeah. I shouldn't say too much because doesn't Wiley's brother live up there or something?
Yeah, yep. Alaska.
That'd be cool to do for like a year. I think I could dig that, but it'd probably, I don't know, the first winter.
I don't think I could do a year.
I guess the first summer. I don't know. Whenever they get the darkness for like a month or something, I would be like, okay, I'm done with this crap.
30 days of dark, 30 days of light.
That'd be tough to deal with, man. It seems like and again, it's just television, but when you see them shows, they like spend their entire summer just prepping for winter so that they can get through the winter to survive. I mean, and that's cool and all, but after like a year or two, I'd be like, okay, I'm about done with this crap. I just want to go to the McDonald's and order a cheeseburger or something. I don't want to have to mess around with spending my entire freaking summer chopping firewood and finding food and storing it away somewhere so that I could survive throughout the winter.
Yeah, I don't think I could live as a squirrel. That's squirreling. I'm just not a squirrel kind of guy.
I'm all about camping and rural and fishing and hunting and all that sort of stuff, but that's hardcore. I don't know, Dave. Could you do that?
I need my functional modern technology.
You couldn't do it either?
Probably when I was younger, yeah. Definitely not now.
No, not now. Yeah. Maybe that's it too. I wouldn't want to. No, I like my internet. I like my sitting down, having a beer, chatting.
Oh, when I was young, especially in the service, I could have cared less if I ever got back to civilization.
Right.
You start getting older, you get the niceties of life are too.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's fun and adventure when you're younger, but when you're older, it's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I spent a month and a half on one of the last inhabitable islands in the Aleutian chain, installing stuff for the Navy. So that was about it. We got up on top of the building, up by the radar dish, and you looked west, and you actually seen land, and it wasn't owned by the United States. It was Russian.
Fun King was live tonight?
Nice. Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, I just saw it on Twitter.
Oh shit! Yeah, there's a few notifications on you. Yeah, he's
over there building like a printer or something.
CR10S Pro. Wow, that's weird.
I didn't get a notification either.
Yeah,
I just saw it on Twitter. I
got 3 of them that are all him. I'm pulling it up. You guys are boring. I'm gonna watch him.
He's over there. Tell him to come over here.
Oh yeah, he's live. He's doing it.
Yeah, he's doing it. I'm actually. Let's go over there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna mute it, but no. Wait a second.
I'm gonna kill the broadcast.
Oh, wait a second. There's like 3 of them, and the one I hit was about a 2-second stream before it cut out because he's having issues with his camera and stuff.
He's live right now. I'm watching it right now.
There's an 8-minute, 22-minute one, or 8-minute, 22 seconds. This one, 10 seconds.
Well, I'm gonna kill it and go over there.
I don't see it live. Post the link so I can see it because all 3 of them that I hit are only one's 8 minutes, one's 2 minutes, and one's like 10 seconds. Or I guess I'll have to find him in my plethora of subscription channels.
Anyway, I can't do both because my computer's freaking out just trying to think about it. Now I'm actually doing it. All right, I'm killing the stream anyways because it was about done. So.
All right, quitter. That's fine. That's cool.